Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by Sask Tel, Viterra, Service Equipment, White Ice and East Side Paint and Wallpaper, Asham Curling Supplies, Jiffy Lube, CurlSask, and SaskTel Max.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Affinity Place in Estevan. Normally home to the Estevan Bruins of the SJHL. Those young lads are on an extended road trip this week so that we could bring you the 2018 SaskTel Tankard Provincial Men's Curling Championship. My name is Sean Joyce. I'm joined at our broadcast location by Susan Lang and Kim Hudson.
Good afternoon, curling fans, and welcome.
And we get our first look here this afternoon at B-Event action. B-Event games all the way across the four sheets this afternoon. We're going to feature the game on sheet 3 for you. It's Carl DeConnick-Smith playing against Daniel Selke, a young team that had a very strong first game. But we'll keep you up to date on all the scores. The two teams had a draw to the button to determine who had last rock before the first end, and they're just about set to get underway here, so let's take a moment to meet the teams in this afternoon's matchup.
Hi, I'm Daniel Selke, skip of Team Selke. My third is Garrett Springer. My second is Drew Springer. My lead is Jake Ripplinger, and we curl out of the Cali Curling Club in Regina.
Hi, I'm Carl DeConnick-Smith, skip of Team DeConnick-Smith. My third is Jeff Sharp, second Brady Sharbach, lead Mark Larson, and coach Dean Hickey. And we are curling out of the Rosetown Curling Club.
So that draw to the button before the game was won by the Selke team. It'll be Carl DeConnick-Smith and his lead Mark Larson starting us off there throwing red stones. The other games on tap here this afternoon. Jeff Hartung playing Josh Height on sheet 1. Aaron Shutra is playing against Ryan Dice on sheet 2. And over on sheet 4, it's Braden Stewart against Randy Bryden. And Kim, I guess after the opening intros there, we've got it all figured out now which team Dean Hickey is coaching.
I had a bit of an accident yesterday. I got a little confused, and I had Dean Hickey coaching the wrong team, actually.
Well, to be fair, I was miking the players before the game, and we were giving Hickey the gears about that because, to be fair, during the timeout,
I know.
The only team he talked to was the Bits team. He totally missed the timeout. He was supposed to come out. We speculated at the time that maybe this was one of those teams that the coach just doesn't come out during the timeouts.
Yes.
No, he didn't even see them call it. Had no idea they were in a timeout.
Well,
he
and
did
Dean's
say,
a long-time player with Scott. I just got a little confused there.
Well, he was talking to Schmidt. Aaron
Exactly.
Schmitty. They were probably rehashing old times, I would imagine.
No!
He did say, however, that had he gone down to the other end, all he would have been able to tell him was, "You're hooped."
Yeah, I think those were the words he used.
Well, I might be paraphrasing slightly.
I sleep, Brady.
The word definitely ended in ED, but
Yeah.
Quite straight.
Yeah, it was quite the mess that they were in that particular end.
Well, that was the handshake, I believe.
Yeah, and they ended up with a short game, and it's one of the things they said. Is we're glad you're going to feature us again after that. We'll try to give you a better effort.
Yeah.
so Jake Ripplinger in the hack here, and a young team that we're watching, Daniel Selke's team from the Cali Club in Regina.
I think we're there on its own.
Jake's the old person on the team here at 26 years.
Yeah, the veteran.
It's coming
They
down.
were very
That's okay.
impressive, though, yesterday, and I say yesterday because these teams haven't played yet today. But they played really, really
That's
well.
pretty good, boys.
They
Nice
took
throwing,
Adam
Deke.
Casey
Nice
to
there,
last rock, and
Yeah.
Adam had to make that tremendous takeout shot against nearly frozen stone there to capture that win. And
9, yeah.
they challenged Adam's team every end.
Yeah, they sure did.
Drilled in practice.
Play has come into the rings here, though, in the opening end, so the two teams seem content to just keep it open.
Yep. Gotta go, Jeff. Right, good, boys. Whoa, real good. Good shot. Very nice.
Now, do you think ladies, I put you on the spot and try to get you to guess what everybody's thinking here, but this is B event action. They lost their first game. You lose the second one this early. You're down in the C. It's a long road. Does that maybe change your thinking? Do you become a little bit more conservative? Because Carl DeConnick-Smith might be a little conservative at times, but certainly Daniel Selke didn't look like he was in his opening game.
Yeah, and I don't know the answer to that. I just know you don't want to get your back to the wall early down in the C.
That's good, that's good.
I think there is a little bit of logic in that. I don't mean you play scared, but you might play it a little more conservatively.
That was my weight, 9? Yeah, I think it was.
Brady Sharback now with the out turn.
Number 10! Clean. Clean.
Brady's had a great juvenile and junior career, Canada Games. And then last year, he was skip of Saskatchewan's mixed team at the National Provincials. So he's been around the curling rink an awful lot the last 10 years and just keeps continuing to improve and grow as a curler.
This is 8. Throw it closer to 11, I think. You're good. Just a 10. Go 10. 9-3 again. Well, I think you're going to need it.
We were chatting a little bit at the Scotties about some of the players that have played multiple positions, and here already Brady skipped last year with his old junior team.
Same weight.
A year prior to that, he was playing third for Dale Craig.
That's right.
And he's,
no, you're okay. Clean.
No, I might have the years
about 3 years
mixed up.
ago.
Yeah, that would be 3 years ago, because 2 years ago he was playing second for the Meacham team when they lost the final to Laycock. So he's already played 3 positions at the Tankard.
I think we're going to need like 6 inches more for 11s because we haven't seen fewer than 10. 10! No, 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 no. Clean. No. Clean now. Yeah, we're good, we're good. Clean. Just maxed everything on me. 9-6. Let's roll. He's throwing 3 and 5, I think. 3 and 6.
And we're hearing a little bit of chatter about the rocks already too. I did hear teams, and not just on our sheet, it was down to mic up the players. You can hear people talking on all the sheets about how they've got the rocks set up. You know, it's such a big thing nowadays to catch those rocks, and we get to watch the same sheet over and over a lot of times. They don't. They'll get to play on the sheet, and they may not play again until Saturday. So they're trying to get information from other teams, looking over to see what order is everybody else throwing them in, which only tells you part of the story. It might tell you that, okay, we know those 2 are good because the skip's throwing them, but what was the issue with the one that they gave to the second?
Yeah, they don't tell you why they're good.
Yeah. But you certainly want to figure it out as quick as you can in any given game, because Mismatch Stone, and it was Jason Jacobson we were talking to just after the luncheon today, and he said he had a straight one today, and by the time he figured it out, he'd already basically lost the game.
It's too late, yeah.
Take a look, it's not curling yet.
And again, that's a big role of some of these coaches back there. That's what they're doing with their binoculars and scouting out across the sheets, seeing what everyone else is throwing.
I saw one of the coaches actually had the tablet out, going back over the games, the history, to see whether the yellows and reds won, and actually going not just to that, because these particular rocks were also used at the Scotties, and there was a slam in September, so they're going back and looking that far back to try to see if there's any tendencies. Now, you can't necessarily pick out one stone over another, but you might be able to tell that, well, one set might have a couple of mismatched pairs because people are having trouble playing with them.
Yep. Hard then. Hard. Hard, you're still good. Okay, whoa, 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 whoa. Little roll out, little roll out. Good. Nice. Carl, throw 9. Yep.
Well, a fun little game to keep our eyes on here. Over on sheet 1, we've got Josh Height playing Jeff Hartung, but Jeff Hartung's 2 sons play for Josh Height, so I say fun. I don't know if they mind or if they care or if they call it fun, but it's always interesting to see the dynamics.
Wait, real nice. Clean. Clean. 9-6. 9-6. Good, Carl. I didn't see how it acts, because you were going to want to peel them. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
I think this is only the second year they haven't played together. They played in the semifinal 2 years in a row. I think they were still playing together in 16 in Kindersley. Daniel Selke now with his first stone here in the opening end. Would like to hit this, stay right there. He'd love to keep the play in the middle so that he's got a known shot for his last one to get the blank.
Good. Nice shot, Dan.
Makes the hit, rolls a few inches over to the side.
9, 10. What? 10. 10, okay.
Well, Daniel's one of those just naturally talented athletes. I think the first time I came across Daniel was high school football, and he was quarterback, and I can't remember which high school it was, but they announced the player roster, and you Daniel Selke, isn't it the kid that curls at the tartan there kind of thing? So sure enough, it was the same one. So he's always been involved in a lot of sports, and you can see it in his slide. He's very graceful and fluid in his throwing motion.
Same thing. Just a hair more weight. May as well throw. I'll throw the same, yeah. I'll throw an 8-5. Okay.
Well, it's good that you made that sound complimentary, because when you started to say he looked like a football player, because you could see it in his slide.
Just a hair.
What are you trying to say?
We'll keep the ice the same. Should get a roll out.
His curling made him a very good quarterback. How about that?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah. We didn't really touch that one at all. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was kind of thinking you look like a football player when you slide too.
Who are you talking to?
Sean.
Probably not the quarterback, though. More like the guys keeping the other guys from hitting the quarterback.
So looking for a straight ahead blank here to keep it 0-0 on the scoreboard.
Good, sweet. Nice shot.
And makes the hit and roll out, gets the blank end, keeps last rock into end number 2.
All right, people, let's get to work. Lights off.
Ma'am, there's someone at the door. Unknown male, might be a salesman.
Take care of it. You, drop the temperature. I'm roasting.
Ma'am, your straightening iron. Shall I pull the plug?
Yes. While you're at it, leave room for milk.
Get on your game with Asham Curling Supplies. Customize your slide with the all-new Express Ultralight and Club Shoe, featuring the style, comfort, and performance you expect from Asham. Sweep the competition with our Pro Grip gloves and ultralight carbon fiber, composite, and fiberglass handles, plus World Curling Federation approved pads.
Hey folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and for 39 years our product has been satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies, online, in-store, and at your club.
Welcome back, everyone. Quickly update you on all of this B-event action here on Thursday afternoon. Susan, Kim?
What you saw on sheet 3 happened on sheet 1. Cody Hartung had the open hit for the blank, and it's 0-0 playing 2.
Well, there's lots of rocks in play here on sheet 2. Is that the kind of update you want from me? I'm not really too sure how much more I can tell you. Anyway, yellow's sitting 1, which is dice, and looks like he has, well, I'm not sure how he's going to get his second point in there, though.
Slash double, maybe?
Double, I guess.
Wide open,
anyway.
Wide open, very safe end here in the sheet 3 game, and Daniel Selke threw for the blank, and we had 0-0 playing the second.
And over on sheet 4, Randy Bryden just played a run back against 2, managed to get 1, so it was a steal, or gave up a steal of 1. So that score there is 1-0 for. Having a little trouble reading the scoreboard, sorry.
Gotta have people stop standing in front of it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't those curlers know not to stand in front of the scoreboards?
There. Stay close.
Well, if it helps, Kim, they haven't put the
Yep,
score up yet on sheet 4, and we are behind the away end scoreboard. So on the odd ends, they do put the scores up there first, and we have to wait for the official to get back down and put up the home end for us. So sometimes it's we're the last ones to know what the score is here in the arena.
Yeah, that is true. Oh, and a great shot, actually, over there on sheet 2, and it was 2 points for the Dice team.
You know, if you ever get close to those guards, you know it's going to wait.
That stone slipping behind the tee line could just freeze to it, but I think you can see almost all of it. Going to try to pass it through here. This is Mark Larson, his out turn.
Whoa! Lead! Whoa! 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 No! No! Close! Yep! 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 Whoa! 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 Right off! Right off! Good shot. Good shot, Mark. Good shot, dude.
Daniel opting for a little bit less weight to
Would
just
you rather
try to
freeze
move
it here,
this.
guys, or you want to tap it through? It's up to you.
I can only see around half.
Hack weight's good.
Hack weight?
Hack, yeah. Just hack.
I don't know if you heard what I said. Okay, hack weight is good.
You know, you got last rock here. If you're going to make a play on this stone anyway, there's no reason to really try to stay right there. You could roll it to the corner.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, hard, guys.
Hard. 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 Hard.
Yeah, you certainly know what's going to happen if you stay there.
Well, you got to get by the guard. That's not going to happen. He's going to tap that red into the rings.
Well, I think
now
Jake's pretty light on this. He's underthrown, probably just had T-line, not hack.
We haven't really played that.
Yeah, and his shooter stays to cover up that shot stone too.
Probably easier this way, though.
You know, you get away with that as long as your shooter rolls off.
You don't want to be even, because then it's off, right? Take lots of ice. Top 12. Take lots of ice, we'll finish it. Yeah, give us a 14-8, 14-9. I'd say aim 15-ish. 15 and then top 12. Yeah. 15 is just going to get you there, maybe. Yeah. I think it's heavier going home. I can't be deep. No. We're better off as a guard. Yeah. Got it.
That's the first we've heard of that it's heavier going home. Might just be at the start of this game.
I like it. I think you're top 12 by itself. I think you're there by itself. Room. Floor. Room. Steer. Yeah, you gotta go. Gotta go line. Yeah. Hard line. Gotta go line. 4. Hard line. 4, 5.
Pressure's really working this. Try to get it by the yellow.
Right here. Right here. We're there. We're there. Good.
Well, they got a little casual on that at the end,
weren't
and
they?
I'm pretty sure they rubbed that on the way by. It worked out.
We'll just grab them all here. Yeah. Come across the top here.
To me, it looks like nose almost gets the double.
But that would have been a great lesson on how you have to follow that rock till it absolutely stops, because with that late curl, they just barely got past that, or even just grazed it.
I don't think they did. I think they touched the back end of it.
Yep. Yep. Hard. Try, Drew. Really close.
Drew looking to hit 2 stones there somewhere, but did leave his shooter in a control position there.
Like same weight? I think you need more. Top 4. It's a hair slower, hey? 5 feet more? Yeah, that'd be perfect. Not much more. I don't think you're less, but I don't think you're that much more. Can't hurt it for line. Yeah, go ahead. Looks light. Can't hurt it for line. Gotta go line. 4. 4. Gotta go. All the way. Right up, guys. Right up. 4. Hard. Whoa, whoa. Just sit it beside it. It's fine. It's fine. Good. Good shot. Just a touch light.
Made the decision to come off at the end more because they were going to rub than because
I don't think so.
They wanted it to stop. They wanted that a little deeper than what it ended up.
I don't know if I like that.
Playing this back's not bad. You're just going to leave a real easy double, that's all. Okay. I don't mind that.
I think I like that.
Sure, like better.
I don't know how easy the double you leave
I
would
don't
be.
mind
There's
playing
a
this
chance
and
it
shooting
jams.
that out. Got to open the middle up a little bit.
Go for that double.
Go for the double. This double?
Yeah, I think so too.
You make the straight back double, your shooter
Same
kind of
way.
stays right beside the other yellow, but and I know what Daniel's thinking. You leave the kind of the crotch double, but where does that one on the center line go? It goes into the one that's still sitting in the 8-foot, does it not?
Well, it depends how much higher this one
Same
is.
way. Yeah.
Sometimes, too, if you've got a shot to get rid of something on the button, you have to take that opportunity also. You don't know when you're going to get it again.
Oh, that's the second one that just managed to go by everything else. And still, the only double I
now
see is
that-
he hits the outside of the yellow, loses his shooter, and
Yeah,
even
but-
then that one might come straight back.
Yeah, exactly. Into the red.
We do that, I think. There. 10.
Half a rock on 10.
Half
Even
a rock,
this, they've got to
10.
be really careful. He hits it too thin.
it's
It'll
coming
actually
off the
touch the
back.
back end of the yellow and could come straight
else
back
you
in
do?
shot rock.
What else do you, can you make him go away double this way?
Hit the other one and flop on top of the other one.
There's nothing on that one.
Okay.
Are you thinking of hitting this one and rolling? Okay.
Just board weight.
10.
I know it seems counterintuitive to remove like what looks like a nicely guarded rock, but those yellow rocks are in a dangerous position potentially for Carl, so feeling he needs to remove them.
Close! Yep! No! Yes! No! Yes! Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Makes the hit, does get it underneath the yellow and past the red.
That's good. Good.
And the shooter
I
will
couldn't lose
spin
it, right?
just out of the rings.
Thought-
Can he get
thought
the
it was gonna
spin
finish a little
back?
harder.
Not enough.
Yeah, I thought it was going to finish.
What do you guys like? You can do that.
Okay. I think that's probably good play. You might make that. That'd be really nice. Do you like throwing it with control, like 10? Okay. I think 10's great. I think a hair more.
So the call is just for the hit and roll. I think they might be able to get the hit and the double. It'd be tempting to play fairly aggressive for that double because I think if you make the double, your shooter's going right into that red stone that just rolled out of the rings. You're still going to be biting.
Still gonna sit in two. Yeah.
Hard.
This
Really
is a
hard.
great
Really
opportunity
hard.
to try to set up the deuce. This is really
Really
curling
hard.
though.
Whoa.
Really
Certainly
hard.
not driving it that way. It's
no.
debatable whether he's going to hit that stone.
They're playing it thin to get the really thin double the other way.
Yeah, I
in
think
the
that's
end.
what they were thinking at the end when they called the sweep
Yeah.
off. Just a little too late to make
10-7.
the plan B call. Does get that stone out of the rings, but
Can't leave the yellow, I don't think. Can we?
Just think again an underthrow, and we're
Well.
seeing a lot of curl there. That
Same way to hit and roll.
that was
Yeah,
we were
just gotta go
fortunate
do
to
same
even get the half shot
Right
there.
yeah.
Can we draw a T line? This way? No, like
Yeah, I like them like
center.
hitting. Yeah, that was my first instinct to go there, but
I just don't mind.
I don't mind this. It's a good call. Right there. Go right beside it. Same weight. Around him, I mean.
Same weight. You're nice 10-5.
So same weight, eh?
Same weight. You're 10-5.
Jeff Sharp now with the intern looking to play that little hit and roll again.
Hair big.
Close though. Yep.
Actually,
Hard.
how about a long roll?
Hard.
I
Yep.
think they want to.
Well, if I'm
Take the same
Daniel,
long,
I
just
think
about
I'd
the
still,
same long.
I think I'd still rather be looking at
Gotta
two
go.
reds, like he's going to be
Good shot.
here, and at least though I can see that
nice.
rock on the 4-foot now.
How's the weight?
Maybe I'm forced, but I'm not in a steal position.
Yeah,
Okay.
that stone behind the tee line, I'm not sure you were ever in a good steal position. Carl had talked about, and they discussed, could we go to the open side? And Carl did say that was his first instinct. And you know what? If that red stone was up about a foot higher, I bet you he would have gone to the side.
But it was still even in a forced position for the 1 point either way.
You lock a freeze on that stone, and you're one run back away from a deuce. So,
It's close. Whoa.
but again, back
Take
to
the roll,
the
take the roll.
point. If that rock, that red stone that just got removed, if that was a foot higher, I bet you're right. I bet you he does go to the corner.
Yeah.
Really, when you're in front of the tee line, you can wait for the other team to make the move. It's the
You
fact
wanna
that
roll
it's just
behind,
that
eh?
little bit deeper.
Here.
Now for Carl DeConnick-Smith, the trick is to get a bit of a roll to the outside, not leave him anything to double or hit and roll under. And you could get a force
Trying to
here.
roll wide side. 10. 10. Nice 10.
Yep. Yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep.
Whoa. He said whoa.
Yep, you got it. Yep. Yep. Roll away.
Makes the hit, rolls to the edge of the forefoot.
Same flop here. Yeah, 10? Yeah, 10.
What kind of wave you want to see?
Daniel will look to probably hit and flop underneath that redstone at the top of the 12. I think he'd still be in front of the tee line.
Try to make a nice flop.
Well, even if he's only halfway under and Carl goes after it, rolls out, then Daniel's got the opportunity to blank again. If he gets perfectly under there, Carl runs the run back, and now all of a sudden you might be in that forced position.
Yeah, true. Boy, the one you could play fairly aggressively for this roll. You'd hate to roll over about a foot and make it easier for Carl to roll underneath. You'd be better off to roll to the 8 foot on the other side.
Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Nothing out of the brushers so far. This is not doing anything.
It's fine.
Hey, Dad.
It's going to hit right on the nose.
Then you got the blank, right? Oh no. Yeah, that's nice. I like it.
You guys try.
Right there.
Same weight.
Same weight.
Never played on nice like this before. For the ace turn, roll more. Yeah. Try to make the roll?
Yeah.
Which way?
So trying to roll behind.
Yeah. Same weight.
Same weight, yeah. Just.
If we roll under, do you ever risk leaving them?
Well, yeah, you risk leaving him the nose blank, but he, you know, little off the nose, he's rolling in one way or the other, so it's not a gimme.
So good point by Carl there, you know, where the dead roll looks fabulous. It really doesn't help their cause, does leave a blank possibility still there. So very cognizant of where they need to leave this stone.
Whoa. Whoa.
He tempted to play that anyway just to see whether or not he'd even try it. That's a great roll.
What do you got of it?
It's enough to make him think about it.
Sure does. You try the double, or are you just going to draw the fourth?
Well, he's looking at whether or not he can get
Could
to it
see
directly
enough of
too.
it too,
And,
yeah.
and he probably could, but do you want to do that in the second
Second
end?
end when you don't know the ice, though? No.
Hey, Dan, you got it?
Yep.
Draw to the forefoot. Guess he just has to get, what, half four?
I think this one's got to be pretty
Yeah,
close.
needs half forefoot to get his single point here, and the speed across the arena has been pretty close on all the sheets, and even if you haven't played it yet in this game, this draw to the button path is so commonly played in the pregame and everything that he should have an idea how this runs, whereas that little tap on the intern side could be a complete mystery.
Well, you know what? I think he threw this turn on the draw to the button.
Okay, well then this is the exact same path he threw.
Yeah.
Stay close.
Should feel like he's got a pretty good idea
T-line,
here.
guys. Lots of room.
Sweepers have been off and on with the queen, so that must be fairly close.
Nice shot, Dan.
Good, Dan.
There's a nice shot.
Puts it right on the back half of the button, gets his single point. Carl DeConnick-Smith will have last rock in the third.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
When you need to hurry, you can count on Team Jiffy Lube. With fast, warranty-approved service while you wait. Jiffy Lube, your oil change experts.
Welcome back, everyone. Quickly, let's update you on all of the scores here in the B event action this afternoon.
Jeff Hartung attempted a top 12-foot to back 12-foot double on second and third shot, only got one rock out, and that permitted Cody Hartung to hit and stick on shot rock for 2 points and a 2-0 lead.
On sheet 2, Shutra had a nice draw, had to hit full 8 for his 1 point, which is what he did, so make that score 2-1, Dees over Shutra.
We saw Daniel Selke put that rock on the button, looking at 2 DeConnick Smith's stones, and he now has a 1-0 lead, playing the third.
Just while we wait here, we see here's that draw that Aaron Shutra did make to conclude that second end. Right to the corner of the button.
Yep, nicely done.
Continuing on with our updates.
Over on sheet 4, it was a blank end, so the score remains 1-0 Stewart over Bryden. Bryden as hammer, playing the third end.
And again, sheet 4, more of that youth movement, making some of these 26 and 27-year-olds look like the older curlers out here. Braden's 2 of those players just out of juniors just actually competed at junior provincials this year. So very young, 21-ish age team over there playing Randy Bryden.
I like the line. Line's really good.
We're keeping already. Really curling.
I thought for a second there you were really trying to suck up to Randy Bryden, calling in the youth movement.
Should we go in? If we go in, we just give him the hit and roll.
With the lead here in the third end, Daniel Selke called for the first stone into the rings. It slid to the back 4-foot. Carl DeConnick Smith asks Mark Larson to put up the corner guard, which he just did. And
he's got to curl a little bit here. I think we're going to be okay though. Top 12
looking to come into the top 12 with his second stone.
You need it. Hard, hard, hard. Bring it in.
It's not there.
Okay, guys.
Is that down?
All right.
It looked lighter.
I think it was just that much less.
Yeah. Just ignore it, or do you want to try and hit and roll?
I don't mind it. Yeah.
Oh, it's just so much better when you can blame it on the stone versus, you know, oh, I threw it lighter. But that's where you need that really honest input that was provided there, just saying, no, I think you did throw it less. So don't worry about the stone. It's good.
Board.
Does give Mark Larson now a chance to make a play on that shot stone.
Yep! Real hard. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Oh, sit right there. Okay, good.
Just a little quiet for board.
Makes the hit, sits right there.
What do you like, Drew? You want to just sit
they were
on
looking
top
to roll
of
to
it
the
here?
outside a bit.
Control. 11. Yeah, 11. 11 would be great.
So, same thing.
Should be pretty close.
It's good.
Spit up. Close, Jake. Whoa, looks hot.
It's pretty good.
Looks hot. Whoa.
Nothing out of the brushers all the way down.
10-2. Just a little heavy. Just a little. Threw it really well, though.
Makes the hit, but his shooter does roll out of play, just a little overthrown.
We could hit
for
the center
11.
and roll the corner.
So now we see the DeConnick Smith team going around the corner.
Same as my first shot last time, hey? Yep. It's a little quicker here. Yep.
Well, it's one of that, throwing that mid-weight shot. We, you know, from watching Scotties and Briars on TV, they talk an awful lot about that, finding that 11, 12 second weight, whatever you want to call it, board, light control, something. And I know the Springers have been out practicing that at the Cal. I've been out there beside them working with, they've been working with their team to master that skill. So still a work in progress, but they're aware that that's one of the additions that they need to bring to their team to get that even tighter weight control on their shots.
That's good. Good shot. Good boy.
Brings that stone into the edge of the 12-foot. Behind cover, if anything, there might be a sliver available on the out-turn side, but you'd never be able to stay in the rings off of it.
Yeah. Kick.
Just looking to peel.
Talked first about coming around the center guard. That would have been an ultra-aggressive call here.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa, whoa. Catch a little thicker, a little thicker.
There we go.
That's fine, Drew. Nothing wrong with that. That's actually not bad.
Heard Daniel pleading with that rock to hit it a little thicker. His first thought was he would have loved to get over the top of that, keep his center guard, but
he's got good ice there now.
Taking them both. Try to push this in for a blank. Carl DeConnick-Smith on the other side is going to guard this stone for a while and see if he can't generate a deuce here.
2 to 3. Whoa, Dan. Whoa, Dan. Just clean. Please, clean if you can. It's 3 for sure. You're tight for sure? It's got a curl. It's actually got a curl. Yeah, go if it's only a 2. Yeah, you got to go. You got to go if it's a 2, guys. Hard. Come on. Hard, Jeff. Everything you got, guys. Keep it going. Hard, you got it. You got it. It's going sideways. Good. Real good. Good shot. Good sweep.
Nice shot.
Roll to a center.
Try for it. We can try it. I think so. Over the top, hey? Yeah, over the top and then roll for a center. Yeah.
Left enough of an angle they can feel like they can make a play on this.
Yeah.
Try to get the double.
Yo.
Whoa, whoa. Just clean, just clean.
Garrett Springer had just
right,
a little bit of a wobble on the delivery. Might have been just a little full. Peels the guard.
And they're just going to replace that.
Probably 3. You really don't want to go yet, Carl. I know, and it's going to be tight, too. It'll be real tight on line, I think. Yeah, tight. Line's over curling already. Okay, well, easy, it's okay yet. Well, it's okay yet. Well, it's all we can do. Yet.
Certainly tighter line than Brady had on his, and
I think
his finished sideways.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, Joe. Nice weight.
Yeah, throw an 11 if we pick the guard.
Yeah.
How much weight? Just at 11? 11? Sure. Okay. Just play it tight. If we pick the guard, that's fine. Yeah, exactly.
You see half?
You like that?
2/3. That seems like a ton, doesn't it? Yeah.
Can I have a bit less?
Just 11 though.
Yeah, just 11.
Again, it's training your eye to believe what you're seeing with that broom. Yes, they are icing it tight. They do want to hit something red, but the way this curls in here, that rock is more open than what it looks, I believe.
Yep. Hard. 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 Hard, Jake. Hard.
He's on this right out of his hand. Not going to get it by the guard.
Probably just an 11. I think that was probably a bit of an underthrow too, but that's just, you know, we talk about committing to your shot in the hack, and I just don't think there is 100% belief on that one. I mean, still got the corner guard. It's better than flashing everything, but that was a nice chance to get some control back in the house.
I was going to go to that point, Susan. It's you need to commit to the shot, but sometimes what happens is you commit to the safe miss, and that's exactly what you get. And that might have been it there. He wanted a little less ice, maybe underthrew it as well, making sure that he hit something.
Feel good. Clean it though, don't lose it. Oh, you're good. You're good.
And so in reality, he wasn't really committed to the shot. He was committed to the safe miss.
Nice, Judge. Do you think that's like a 14.5 there? No, he's trying to get one really close to here and set up a double for later. Hey. Yep.
9?
I want to throw a 10, I think.
So playing the hit, trying to roll and group the stones together, so he has a shot at the double with his last.
That should be good.
Nice draw by Jeff Sharp. He's got maximum separation there. Yeah. It's probably 9 feet between those rocks, pretty close to level. Daniel Selke only has 2 shots left, so really, if he's going to have a chance for a double on his last one, he's got to get them grouped with this one.
Just flop into the forefoot. Should be able to get some kind of double going on my second then.
There is Coach Dean Hickey.
Which team is he coaching?
Still awake here in the third end. He must be doing well because I haven't seen him put it. He's still wearing just the team jacket. He hasn't put on the heavier coat yet. And we know from past events and even from talking to the coaches here, sitting at ice level does get a little chilly.
Yeah, when you just sit down there, you're not playing, it's cold.
Makes the hit now. How far will it roll? If he can hang on for shot rock here, he'd force Carl to make a play on it, but it's going to roll too far.
Yeah, just had to come up another inch.
Well, you roll 2 feet less on that. You might have a double for your last one.
Pretty much my draw to the button speed, eh?
Draw to the button speed is
14.9, yep.
Yeah, 14.9.
Yeah.
It's a slightly wider path than our guards.
What?
Just for the sweeper, slightly wider path.
He said it's a slightly wider path.
Line's good. Not curling yet. Start to curl now.
Here we go.
Line is curling hard now.
Still all there.
Okay.
Right above T. All to your right above T. We're even with the other one. Even with the other one.
Okay, perfect.
Rushers saying it's even with the other one. That's exactly where they want it. It's not going to be any kind of a double.
I'll throw a 9.
Yeah, that's probably about.
We got to get a little thicker roll.
Carl's sitting 2 at the moment. Daniel Selke's going to make an attempt to get a hit, and I won't say the same roll because obviously that's a little too far, but he'd like to get similar. He wants to make that red stone on the edge of the 12-foot a problem for Carl DeConnick-Smith when he tries to score 2 here.
And good comment there from Garrett when Daniel said, I'm going to throw a 9, and Garrett goes, that's probably what you threw on the last one, you know, just the amount that he rolled out for second shot. So again, you know, you can't take those comments personally. You just have to take them as constructive critique of what to do best for your next shot.
Or just simply as information.
Hard!
So
Really
you
hard.
know how to ice.
Hard, guys, go!
Hard, right up,
Go.
Okay.
Just makes the nose hit, so it will be an opportunity for Carl DeConnick-Smith if he can hit and stay at least full 12. Can pick up his deuce here.
10.
I had a little more than that, Jeff. I had more than that, Jeff. More. Good.
That's what I thought, yeah.
So still, you always still want to make them shoot. That even though it's a wide open basic shot, once in a while you get that half shot. So it's still very important that Daniel made that shot and forces your opposition to make their last one for their 2 points.
Yep. Real hard. Hurry. Right up, Mark. Right up. Right up.
Carl DeConnick-Smith was his final stone here in the third end. Makes the hit, rolls over into the top of the button, does pick up his 2 points. He'll take a 2-1 lead into the fourth end.
Awesome.
Not better. Yeah. Could be better.
Want to try it and have some fun? Hurry hard to your local curling center or visit CurlSask.ca to find a curling center near you.
Winter's just around the corner, so drop into Jiffy Lube for your winter oil change. No appointment necessary. Jiffy Lube. Be wise, winterize.
Welcome back, everyone. Let's once again update you on all of these scores. B-event action here across the arena in this Thursday afternoon draw.
Jeff Hartung made a side-by-side double on his first shot. Cody Hartung nosed it, and that allowed Jeff the open hit blank to keep hammer, but he is down 2-0 to Josh Height's team playing the fourth.
Over on sheet 2, we've got the last rock coming, and it's been an end that's had yellow rocks everywhere, and especially around the 4-foot. Ryan Deese is drawing for 5 right now. He has to hit full 8 to get his 5. There you go. There you can see it. His rock is coming across the hog line right now.
Aaron Schuster was in some trouble all end, and with his last one, trying a little gentle tap, coming by a stone and picked, just coming by that red guard, and ended up crashing on the stone in the top of the 8-foot, so that allowed that draw for 5.
We saw the Carl DeConnick-Smith team here hold a deuce for just about that entire end, and Carl finished it off with a nice nose hit. Takes a 2-1 lead in the fourth end.
And on sheet 4, Randy Bryden made a really nice run back for 3, so the score is now 3-1. Bryden over Stewart playing the fourth end.
That's my job, to get the team names all mixed up. Like it's Braden Stewart playing Randy Bryden.
I know,
you can't take that away from me.
Lots of room.
With 3.
Lots of room.
Whoa.
Whoa,
I think with 3.
Okay, it's coming now.
With 2-3 now.
Please.
2-3.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Good. Perfect. Good shot. Good boy.
Good judge.
First stone here on our feature game was brought into the top of the 4-foot, then the corner guard went up, and you see the center guard just come to rest. Thrown by Mark Larson, and now Jake Ripplinger will try to use that corner guard. And the Selke team trying to see if they can't generate their own deuce here in the fourth end.
Weight's good. I think line's pretty good here. Stay close.
Easy a bit, top 8. Line's good.
Weight only right now.
Good.
Yep.
What I've started to see in a lot of these situations where when that guard's a little bit tight like that, you see teams playing maybe a back 8 weight around, basically playing the tick shot, move that rock a foot off the line, and then try to duck in behind that corner guard. Daniel playing it more textbook, but looking for the draw. But a lot of teams have moved into that situation where if you think you can move your tick shot into the top of the 12 or set up the 2 corners, you get that double bonus of moving that rock off the center and staying on the offense. So it's a sort of a newer ploy that's being brought in. Some of these teams looking to generate 2 points.
Whoa!
9.
Whoa! Off Jeff.
Draw to the corner, came up a little short, rubs off, and now...
Oh no, it's not going to hit the red. There's no worry about that.
Brady Sharback looking to peel that guard, but they were hoping to hold the shooter somewhere in play. Perhaps another center guard out of it. Rolls all the way across and out of play, so another chance for the Selke team to...
If we get it behind the guard, they're just going to peel. They peel, yeah. I guess when we come here, just come here now. I think so.
It's my first draw. How's the weight? Same as yesterday's game, probably. Maybe 4 feet heavier.
Could almost predict that answer. It's my first draw. What's the weight? Same as always.
Mine's a bit tight. No,
weight
you got
only,
the weight.
Yeah,
9.
We're a little.
Okay,
we're
up.
Our
9
observation,
meaning
it's
they're
been pretty
coming around
consistent.
this.
thinking it's going back 12, if not through.
Yeah.
It's
9.
back.
Like, do we need a tick or what? Yeah, hard then. Hard. It's
Back
hard.
line.
Okay, would have been almost through.
Yeah.
Okay, Drew.
Gets the little rub, enough to keep his stone in the back of the 4-foot,
You want to roll
but it
behind?
is
I
still,
roll that way.
Actually, no,
I
it's pretty
believe,
good.
the red stone at
Yeah.
the front
Nose.
belonging to Carl
Stand.
DeConnick-Smith at his shot rock.
Again, that's one of those shots that, when you put the broom down for that, you can always just inch it in just that little bit, because if you do get the split versus going right by, they were fortunate it curled just enough to make a little tick there, but
Little quiet.
certainly going by everything wasn't the best plan.
Hard!
Hard, Mark.
Hard, Mark!
Hold it.
Hard! Whoa. Perfect. Shot.
10-3.
Makes the hit. The shooter rolls a little bit more into that center line area.
Yeah, actually, that's not bad. We could almost set up a little pocket here. You like that?
You don't like the freeze? I like
back
that.
8 foot.
Okay, it's up to you. It's either
Tap
that or
right back.
freeze.
I think that's fine.
If we're going aggressive, I don't mind this.
Back 8.
It's
Almost
either
the
that or
same
we
weight.
just
Same
peel
weight.
and
Okay.
The outturn freeze was certainly an option, but this is a good choice as well.
I think when you've got a chance to move a rock behind the tee line there and still stay in for third shot and possibly second shot, that you're getting a lot of extra out of this shot.
The freeze is likely still there later. I don't think
Hard.
you're going to see Carl guarded up.
Hard.
Back 8.
Really hard.
So it sounds like their weight is
Yeah,
close.
you
Just
gotta
have
get
to
by
get
the
it past
guard.
the center guard.
Okay, watch the shooter.
It's got to
Roll
rub.
In. Roll in, Jake. Hard. Hard. Go, 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 go. Keep going. Keep going.
Does move it off the center line and stay with it. They managed to get it to spin into the rings.
Sorry. Just rolled right to there.
Because the
I kinda
two
like
reds
this
in
turn.
the 4-foot area
10.
can be doubled out. You
Out
can't
here.
really ignore this
9.
fire.
Yeah, out here. Yeah.
9.
So again, if we would have backed up about 3 shots here, they would have played that shot on Jake's second one, you know, play the tick shot. That yellow rock would have rolled in behind the yellow corner, and the red center guard would have been over that 2 feet for the other corner guard. So again, it's something you start to add to your playbook to generate offense when you're playing great hitting teams.
Whoa! Not curling yet. Not curling at all.
No. No, I figured you're going to go straight, yeah. Shot. Okay, that's good.
Comes across.
Fine, Jeff.
Sorry,
Moves
Jeff.
both of the
Throw.
red stones in the 4-foot,
It's dead straight.
but
Off
does
the hill
sit
there,
3.
Sits
All right.
3, but a lot of opportunities here for the Selke
So
team.
that,
They
unless
still
you
have
think
4
you can
yellow
do that.
stones remaining. And you see 2 rocks
I
behind
think
the
we do
tee
the
line.
top
You've got
one.
a corner.
Okay, 10.
Couple of corners.
10.
11? 10.
Yeah, what are we throwing through? We're throwing 10?
Yeah.
10, Dan.
Yeah, 10.
Okay.
Well, and again here, I mean, you played the tap on the first one with the guard there and crashed the guard. There's nothing stopping you from throwing another short tap here and start to create a wall at the back.
Yeah,
You've
that's
actually
right.
got nothing blocking your path in the
Hard.
middle right now.
Yeah.
Hard, 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 hard.
Hard. Hard.
Hard, Drew.
Hard. Hard. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Makes the hit, rolls across. He's going to go past the red one now. Will it hang on for second?
Too aggressive on the sweep call there.
I don't know whether it rolled too far or not.
I think
I
it's
would
third,
tend
isn't
to
it?
say from this camera angle it looks like it's third. And I don't know if Carl's going to tell us.
I think it's off.
There you go.
Yeah, this one here.
Thanks, Carl.
I think just guard.
I don't mind it. Yeah.
Right there.
Take
That
this
might have been the play anyway.
Take this straight. What turn? Want to take a straight
Look at
turn?
the angles. Like the Yellowstone where it rolled is buried. I mean, it's gone. It's way underneath the corners. So you really can't deal with it.
Right beside it. Right there.
For your weight?
Yeah.
For your guard from last time.
Yeah, okay.
Right there. Yeah. Just a biter.
Here's a look at the time clocks.
It's a little heavy going this way, but I'll throw it to you guys. It's going to curl too.
Teams
so
are
it's
okay
gonna
for
move
time right now.
away. 3. 2/3. 2.
Whoa.
Deep 2. Just
It's
clean.
clean.
It's digging,
Clean,
guys.
real
It's really
close.
digging. And
We're 2-3.
it's
Gotta be
curling
here.
hard too.
Gotta be here.
Come on.
Whoa. Whoa, guys.
Sweeping
whoa.
this as
Whoa,
much
please.
for line as anything else. They
Yeah,
want to
that's
make sure
good.
they get
Whoa,
across.
off,
Don't
off,
leave a
off,
port.
off. It's good.
Ah,
Okay, good shot. It's good. It's good. Good job.
Gets the job
Actually,
done.
finishes
I
so
wonder if we
hard
should
they
take
might
a
have
straight turn,
overcurled.
but doing
no, I
this,
just-
you can even tap it a hair if you
Yeah,
want.
I think you can
Okay.
still get to it for
Just
sure.
freeze. What do you want? Just T line? Yeah, just throw a freeze. T line, top 4.
Well, they were definitely looking for that guard to be a little tighter into the rings. That line might have been okay, but I know they talked about right beside the other red and just didn't have the weight to get there. That leaves
Line's
lots
good.
of room to come around this.
Fine. You got room. Light. Got room.
So they just think it's top 8.
Hard, guys.
They
Hard.
jumped on this right
Line's
away.
really good. Really good line, guys. You got it. Keep going. Heads up. Keep
Easy
going.
for the skip to say.
Yeah.
Hard, hard, hard. Go, go, go. Go, go, go.
Oh, great job by the Brushers to bring
yellow's
that
even shot.
right down. Might have gotten shot rock out of it.
Good sweep, guys.
It's a great sweep.
Yeah, I think they got shot.
What's that?
Yeah, they got shot. Yeah.
They still
Throw
got
one.
isn't it? Real good. Yep.
He wraps another one though.
They made that.
Well, I'm gonna call a timeout here.
Run that one into there. A little dangerous, but.
Yeah.
I wonder if they
Run
call a
that four.
timeout if the coach will come out.
Why not?
I don't think you can see enough of it.
Oh yeah, you can.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay,
Lots, yeah.
I don't mind that.
I don't mind that. Make the double.
Just a hair high side, eh?
Just a touch high side. Basically nose, yeah.
Even 3/4.
What if we did? Oh yeah, this is the dangerous part. By hitting it thin. Right?
Just freeze here too. Eh? Pretty good shot.
Well, it cuts down.
And what does he do then?
Well, that's the thing.
Doesn't
where's he
change
go with
anything.
The next one, right? He's got to leave this open, then I can guard the draw the next one.
Okay, that's freeze.
Yeah, freeze, and I might have to run back for the next one, right?
Yeah, good call.
And I think
Don't
Carl
know if-
kind of went to school on, he got in this sort of a similar situation
freeze and
last
I can
night
maybe make the
against
run back with the next
Randy
one,
Bryden, and opted to play that
Get
run
another-
on
get
his
another
first
red one
one. Didn't make it, and as a result didn't really help the situation out at all. He's not nearly in as much trouble as he was last night in that
That one to the
particular end, but
inside.
here he said, let's save the run for my last one, and I think that's a really good call.
Well, it really depends on where he puts this stone. He's looking at the freeze, and if you don't get past the nose on the freeze,
Well, he's gotta
you can't
angle it
play the
right.
run.
More.
Lots of room.
6.
Lots of room.
6, 7. 6, 7. 5, 6.
Still 6, 7. I don't know.
7. T-line. T-line, Jeff, or T-line.
Yeah, let's go right here then.
It's really
Yep. Go, 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 go hard.
This is plan B now,
I
trying to
don't
come
know.
by
Yeah,
the
but you're not
yellow,
by
and too
there
late for
either.
that now. Can they split it over so that's not shot rock?
Not bad.
They might have done that. They
Yeah,
might be
that's
sitting
good
two.
enough.
No, I think they're sitting one, but
I don't know what to do.
I'm calling it two.
okay.
But again, we don't know if our camera's dead
Yeah, oh,
center
for sure
either.
we can't
Try
tell.
to play like a
I just
soft
like to argue
flop
with you.
Here. Try to poke that out and roll that through. Sit 2.
Yeah,
Poke that here. Is that there? All we have to do is
That's
just touch
tough.
that one. We just have to touch those. We could play it with like board if you wanted to.
Yeah, you
Says
could.
you
Half
have to
rock
touch
with
it.
board, I think it's pretty good.
I think Garrett
He
indicated
buries-
with his broom he thought it was
Wow.
red was second shot.
He's probably playing a hit.
Do you want to do that? Because like,
So you're
I
saying
like
Sean
that.
was
Or
right.
you just do this and you just sit.
she's trying
It
not
hurts.
to say it actually.
I
But
don't think you even want if he knows it. I think you have to try to play that. I think rolling open to the 8 foot and kicking them both out of the 4
right.
foot's nice, right? With board, I think board should do it. I don't want to throw it with too much more though. That's all.
like we got to hit this thin. You're hitting a third of it.
Like a third. Will it even push them both out of the 4 foot then with that for hitting the third?
Maybe not, but I'd rather have this sitting
Yeah.
here than this one tucked behind
Yeah,
everything.
I like it. Yeah, we'll try to roll like at least to touching the 4 foot there.
All right. Like this isn't terrible, Dan, if you sit here.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be okay.
I don't know.
'Kay.
Okay.
yeah, I don't know if it would be good to sit there. I'm not sure why they're worried about trying to keep the shooter in play here.
Okay, I think
Make
it's
the
like a
double on the
four-way
reds.
shot.
Make sure you're sitting one behind cover. If you do keep the shooter in play, you're probably leaving a
I think
double
you should be able
back.
to kick that, both those two just out of the 4 foot, which would be nice.
Oh, I see.
Try to
Okay.
roll into the 8
How
foot
much
setup.
did you hit?
Half to a third.
Okay.
All right, you got it there. Or should be close here, boys.
Heavy board.
Yep. Close. Yep. Hard.
This has started to curl really
Hard.
early.
Hard. Okay, whoa. Little flop.
They're coming
Yep,
for plan
yep.
B now.
Whoa.
Makes the hit, flops
Hey,
over
Dan.
towards his own. And I think it's still Carl DeConnick-Smith sitting shot rock.
They can go, I think.
There is a double available, but
Yeah.
They would lose their own in the back, though.
No, I don't
don't
think so.
know
I
that they
can
would.
go
I
across
think
the
it
You
goes
don't
across
think
the
so?
top, but
Even if it
the
touched a little
question
bit,
is,
that's okay.
Looking on the
do they
tape.
need to play it?
He's gonna dead jump.
Well, not if they're shots.
That's
They
fine.
don't.
Well,
This one's guarded.
even to four, like,
And it might skirt a little bit. this
I
way,
understand
which is
that
okay.
rock's dangerous,
We're
but you
shot
could
right
just
now.
throw a guard.
How does he get to it
I
then?
think.
Yeah, we are, yeah.
Yeah.
But right now he's got some kind of a Hail Mary for 2.
For what?
2, maybe 3. We could guard it, and he has some kind of run probably for...
We're shot rock, yeah. He's got nothing on this one.
No. Beside a tap for 1.
For side of tap for 1.
Do you want to call timeout here?
It's the second time Jeff wanted to talk to Dean.
Jeff wants to call the timeout. Oh, let's see. Oh,
And
Dean's coming this time.
No, we're not running.
No.
We were talking about doing this.
Just making those go away.
Yeah, that was my first thought. That's what we were talking about with the hog line.
Yeah.
Dean Hickey coming out. Still, rather than look at the rocks in the house, he's looking up at the jumbotron.
I don't think it touches the red, Dean. Oh, I clears the red all day. Yeah, jam straight on the
This
yellow.
jams on there.
Yeah.
And then we're sitting 2.
You gotta hit that in a straight line to even just touch this red, eh?
Oh yeah, it's tough. It's tough to hit this.
But we're shot right now. So we're just talking about whether it's guarded or not.
Just
I mean, then he's
little
probably one Hail Mary away from getting it
danger.
for 3.
Yeah.
2.
He could hit it into here for 3. If he hits that into here, it's 3.
Hey? Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because all he's got to do is move that tiny
Well,
little bit.
Is there any way that you can make this stick around in the 8-foot?
Well, that would be worse because then he's got the double
Yeah.
for 2.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I don't want to
What
stick.
if he knows like if that dead jams, then he might have a. Does he have a soft waiter? You never knows.
No, then we lose the back one.
I think you're gonna lose the 6.
We knows that we lose the back one.
Did you lose this one?
No. If we knows this card.
Like, I think it's really close, and if you lose this one, that's not a good shot. Then the guard's the shot.
Like right now, it's.
Even if he gets 2, he's only 1 up.
So what?
Even if he gets 2, he's only 1 up.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hit this, kill this, and this just sits here, then it's for 3, wide open.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I don't kill that. Yeah.
If we guard, he's running something back.
Oh, he's running that one back for sure.
Which
it's
one?
the only
This
shot
one?
there is. That's all there is. Yeah. That's all that's left. That's a pretty makeable shot for him too.
Timeout is over.
That's okay.
So
I still don't know if I like the.
official is escorting Dean Hickey back to his perch behind the scoreboard. And I don't know that they're any closer.
Oh yeah, he can make that for 2. He can make that for 2 too.
Yeah, say he makes that. Might make it easier for him.
Not if we go here.
It might.
If we freeze the inside corner with this.
Yeah.
I might.
I don't want to come in there and just tap him a little bit. Then it's a free draw for 2.
Okay, well then we gotta throw the guard. That's the only shot.
I kind of like peeling that myself, but.
Okay, Bob.
What do you like?
Well, that long time out, I don't think they have a decision.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm not convinced that there's any chance Daniel Selke in the 4th end is
Oh, yeah.
playing the
You want to
Hail
try to hit all
Mary
you can hit
for
with
3.
it. Yeah, absolutely.
And why is that?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I honestly.
Oh, because then it picks this sideways
I think
better.
if you hit that right there, I think you kill our red.
Might, yeah.
And,
They're still undecided as to what's.
Well, you blast this out, which you can do. You're going to leave him a relatively easy shot for his single point. I'm not sure that he's got a shot for more than one now, and you could make the single real hard by throwing a guard.
What are we guarding?
I guess that's the other thing.
Well, that was my question when they said we're throwing a guard. What are they guarding?
His corner.
What's
Well,
he got?
I think you kind of put the guard on the logo, the SaskTel logo, and try to take away as much of his draw path as you can.
I know, I was thinking that.
And you're going to give him the run back for 3?
He's never playing the run back.
Well, if there's nothing else, why
he'll
would he
play
not?
the wide draw to try to get
him
as much of the
tapping for
4 foot as he
Really?
can.
Yeah,
You don't think there's... Why wouldn't you play the run back
Like, does
for
he
3?
have an intern draw through the whole?
He can probably split that one for 2.
Because otherwise you might want to
What do we just guard the corner?
guard the corner. Run
That's
back.
what I was thinking.
Make him draw the.
Let him throw the draw for 1.
Well, he's just gonna
Take
tap.
away
He's
the
gonna-
run back for
that's
3
tap
and
for
guard
one.
that.
I mean, I'm okay giving him 1 here.
He's tapping for 1. I was just thinking like, come look at it one more time, Carl.
But he's gonna. Let's guard it. Let's guard it. Guard it.
Couldn't
Force
you
him to make
also
a free-
come
yeah,
in
but he's
for
gotta
fourth
make the
shot?
draw.
Like if
He's
you're
running
worried
the
about
tap.
it,
He's running the three ball.
you're sort of guarding the situation.
the
But if you're
yellow
coming
box,
around
it's
with
a
the
guard.
intern,
Yeah, well,
you
that's
come
why-
into the
that's why we're
top
playing the
8
guard.
foot there.
Yeah,
You
you
leave
want
him the
one?
little
Yeah.
tap
You
up
get
for
three.
1. But even if you're fourth shot, there's certainly no shot for 3. And so then you are just forcing him the one little tap up for the 1 point.
Guard the corner.
They're guarding the run back against 3.
Right. And so if your guard can come into that
Last.
top 8
Last.
and outcount the one on the side 12, side 8 foot, certainly takes away any possibility for 3. And you've got your own rock that they've got to start working with.
2. Okay. Lots of room right now. 1, 2. It's gonna have to curl a
No
mile.
matter how this turns out, DeConnick Smith team now a
gotta
little
curl,
tight
guys.
for time.
We need to
Still
curl.
early
we need
in the
to go.
game, lots of time to make that up, and
Gotta go.
both teams were really
you can't
good
hurt
before
now.
that.
You're not gonna let anything. Go, 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 go hard! Hard! Hard!
Didn't do nothing.
Don't think he got that over far enough to really take the shot away.
Runs if you want them.
I think we
both
just
of them are probably still there.
I'll be surprised if Daniel even looks at it.
Is there any way that we could just scoot this one and... No, I think it's just scooting sideways a little bit, if anything.
Yeah, if
right?
you don't blast it, you're not touching this.
No, I'm not worried about touching it. Like, is there any way we can roll that
up?
By touching this one, it's never gonna get right to here, right?
You know,
I don't think so.
I know what Daniel's thinking, and I'm not so
We just
sure
have
that
to
he's
touch it, really.
wrong. You could play it like you were playing the tap
Yeah, I think that's nice.
on the one that's sitting in front of the red right
you
now.
got her down.
We certainly know the draws will go that far. All you have to do is rub the first one as you go by, clip the second one. You could actually push them both up far enough to count. Play it like you're coming right down to the face of the yellow stone that's sitting in front of the red.
Have to move it a couple inches.
Oh, there.
Rub both
okay.
of them. Rub both of them on the way by. But I don't
would be
think.
a hard shot.
Well, it's hard, but I mean,
With
if
the
you hit
amount
the
of
first,
curl.
if you hit the first one thick, you're tapping it up for one anyway.
If there had been a red rock in that position there, top corner of the 12-foot, that shot's not there.
Yeah, in fact, the guard that they played that ended up about 3 feet short of where they wanted it originally
Just wait for it to move a little bit.
would have taken
It's
it
gotta
away
move
too.
A little bit here.
We're a little,
Back forward, back 8,
Whoa,
back 8.
whoa.
Okay,
Whoa,
ready?
it's trying.
Jake, get ready. Yep.
Split him in.
Any
split him
chance they
in.
can split
yep,
this?
Get it in. Yep, yep. Hard, hard. Whoa, hard. Whoa, whoa.
Good.
Any chance it spins in? Not enough. It'll just be the single point. But that's enough to tie things up here. Carl DeConnick Smith will have last rock when we come back for the 5th.
Introducing the all-new heated cab for the John Deere 1R tractor. Simply captivating.
Get on your game with Asham Curling Supplies. Customize your slide with the all-new Express Ultralight and Club Shoe, featuring the style, comfort, and performance you expect from Asham. Sweep the competition with our Pro Grip gloves and ultralight carbon fiber, composite, and fiberglass handles, plus World Curling Federation approved pads.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies, online, in-store, and at your club.
Welcome back, everyone. Well, after an exciting end in our feature game, a lot to tell you about in the updates from the other sheets. We'll get right to it.
It was all the Josh Height team in the 4th end, and Jeff Hartung was attempting double runs and all that, but Josh's team was 2 on the button all end long, and it ended up with the steal of 2 for a commanding 4-0 lead playing the 5th end.
Over on sheet 2, it was a single point by the Shutra team, so 7-2, Dees over Shutra.
Well, after tons of discussion there on the last 2 rocks, nice little tap up by Daniel to get his single point and tie the game at 2-2.
And Stewart got their deuce in the 4th end, make that a tie ball game playing 5.
So in our feature sheet, the Selkie team now throwing the center guard to start the end. Carl DeConnick Smith, you can see they're indicating they want to come around that a little bit. We've chatted a little bit, made mention of the fact that the coaches are watching some of the rocks on the other sheets to try to get an idea what everybody's throwing on the other sheets, and it's not just the coaches that are out there with the teams on the ice right now. I see Coach Jeff Chambers of the Adam Casey team not only watching the other sheets, but he's listening in on the broadcast, and really he's close enough that he doesn't really need the radio. He could probably just hear us from where he's standing.
It's real good. We still got 6.
Oh, he's got us on mute. Come on.
Higher the better. Yeah, you're good. You're dead. You're dead buried plus. Real nice. Great shot, Marco.
Yeah, I think
There's no.
Hey.
Got her.
You know, we've talked a little bit about the rocks, and I don't mean to imply at all that the rocks are bad or that there's a bad rock out there. The issue is if you could find the rock that gets that little bit extra curl that you could bury with, that's such a huge advantage. And that's what everybody's looking for out here right now. It's not that they're looking for bad ones. Yes, they might feel that there's one that's a little bit straight or one that's a little bit heavy, and they'll try to manage those as well. But every team out there would like to find that rock that they could get it to bury when they know they need one.
Really good. Right there.
Nice freeze there. Carl Smith can't really do anything with that situation in the middle right now, so he's going to look to put one in the corner.
Back 4. Back 4.
You like this?
Yeah. Back 8.
Right here, left for sure. Definitely left.
But this will run nicer.
Easy. Take a look. Not curling.
I know, but weight's got to go soon.
Okay, then it's all you then.
Not terrible. We're T right now.
I like the line now.
Line's good now.
Curling hard now. Going sideways.
Over there.
It's good. Anywhere touching 8 foot's good.
Yeah, we're good. Just past it.
Real good. Great weight.
Why do you like that shot?
You want to just hit this now?
I think so.
Okay. 10 is fine.
So with Carl Smith sitting 2 and Shot Rock in the middle, being behind cover, Daniel Selke's going to ask Drew Springer to make a play on that stone that was just delivered.
Gotta go. Hard. Really gotta go. Hard. Oh, you did.
Makes the hit, but his shooter is going to roll out of play, and that'll give Carl Smith a chance if he wants to try to clean up that middle. It looks like he's content to play to the corner and see if he can hold a deuce.
It's a long time to hold a deuce.
Well, it is, but that situation in the middle is not a lot he can do with it. Short of, I guess, if he peels the guard, he could try to run it for a blank.
Take your max.
I thought you were a little light. Yeah, he's not heavy.
Same line. Same line as yours.
You gotta go. Same line. Starting to curl. Starting to curl hard, boys.
There it goes. Right up, guys. Right up.
Really going hard.
Max.
You gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta get at least to here.
Come on.
You got it. Okay, good seat. Good seat. Shot, Brady.
Good chance here. Poke this out. Yeah, you're looking really good.
Brady comes up a little short on that attempt. Over curled as well. But
Yeah,
it
it
leaves
gives him
the
a
stone
shot here.
Yeah, third.
Drew Springer to try to come
Third's really
across.
close
and
here. Throw peel.
may not kill the second
your
stone,
outturn
but
here?
he'd love to poke it out in the open.
Well, if it came another foot deeper, then
A
he's
hard
hitting
roll
and
is
rolling
really
to the
nice
top
too.
of the forefoot, so
Just peel.
could have been worst case there for Carl DeConnick.
Whoa.
So throwing some big weight here.
Whoa. No.
Makes the hit, but a little thin on the first one, rolls all the way across and out of play.
I like the same without the tub.
Go 3-4 feet more. Line's better. There it goes.
There it goes now.
That's just warping, guys. It's really
He's
going.
gotta go.
Going hard, yeah.
Really going. Make sure we're there.
That car?
All the way. Can't hurt this. Can't hurt it. Keep going, Carl. Keep going. Gotta go for line.
Oh, you gotta go.
Good. Good shot.
Okay, so now here's a hit roll opportunity
He knows
where
it's pretty good.
Yeah,
like
I
that,
don't
or
think
do
he
you
plays the hit and roll. I don't think he wants to be in behind that red.
I kind of like trying.
Do you want to try for the roll? May as well. Okay. 10 or do you want to throw a 9?
Probably 9.
Okay, throw a 9 then.
I like the roll. I think they need to start to get the play, if you're cheering for the Selke team, to get this play in behind the center guard. You've got a lot of forefoot here to work with to try to get a steal point.
Close. Yep.
Anything to keep Carl away from drawing to the wings.
Hard. Okay, that's good. That's good. That's good. Nice weight.
Makes the hit, stays right there.
Threw it pretty well.
Hey. Why not?
Just behind it.
Can't hit it.
You nose that. Isn't that a super hot double?
I don't want to start nosing it. I think we go here.
That makes it pretty easy double.
Or
I like
one.
this.
I kind of like the nose myself, but
I like the
Okay.
draw.
Okay, nose. 10.
I think I like your first call, Carl.
You like it?
We've got
Okay.
a split
don't you?
Right
split
there.
decision here. We've got the, I think it's the two front end players like the
We're always
the
shot
nose.
in the top 4. We're always shot in the top 4.
Well, Jeff just seeing ahead 2 shots here, and all of a sudden that red rock's vulnerable again on the double.
don't wanna.
Where?
7, 8. 8, 9. 8, 9 even, yeah.
It's trying.
Clean it.
Seven,
Clean it. Clean it.
7.
Line's really good.
9.
Easy.
Roll down. Roll down. Lots of room.
9. 10.
Okay, lots of room.
Just
Lots of
hanging
room.
on the back. 10.
Yeah, it's got
Wants
a tough
full
feet,
back
but-
8 foot here. This might slide a little too far.
Good, Jeff.
Yeah, it's good.
Not bad.
Good shot. Good. Good
Well,
enough,
it's
Jeff.
third shot.
Might be third. Here's the thing,
Maybe.
it's a tough stone to remove because it is behind the yellow. And what do you do with it? I mean, if you just ignore it, he could freeze another one on top of it.
What do you want to
still
do
can't
here?
really do much in the middle.
What happens if we
Do you
try
play
to
the run
and
back?
end up peeling? That's not bad.
Let's open that up a little bit. What happens if we try the run and just end up peeling?
Yeah, is that bad?
I think that's pretty good, actually, yeah. You want to try that? Yeah, I don't mind it. I like it. Throw a peel.
Okay.
Peel's good. Peel.
Well, this is why it's. I
Okay.
didn't hear him decide who's got third, but the answer to the question, what happens if we just end up peeling, is, well, it really depends on who's third, because Carl's going to come down and try to break the angle on those two, and then it really matters who's got third shot.
Close. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Curl.
Makes the hit, comes across and just touches that, but does
good.
kill the stone out of the back, so that worked out pretty well for them. The raised stone just rolls out of the edge of the 12 foot.
10.
One more look at this. Trying to get it dead straight back. You can see he hits it just a hair high. Clips the second one, but the bonus is that he still gets that rock out of the back 12 foot.
That was critical because then all of a sudden now they're
guys.
hitting this one to sit 3,
Yep.
but
Hard, Mark. Gotta go.
so it came up
Really
just
hard.
enough to get rid of
Hard,
whatever's
boys.
third
Hard,
or fourth
hard,
shot
hard,
back
hard.
there.
Gotta go.
Well, and a bit of a miscue there. Needed to stay to sit 2. That'll roll just out of the rings, so
And
I
did
don't know why
they
that curled.
think that
How's the weight?
yellow rock was
I
out?
think it's out, but I haven't seen, Mark Larson took a quick look at it. I haven't seen anybody
That
take a
looks really good.
real close look.
Well, a chance here for Daniel to really turn this end around.
Certainly looks from our angle like it's out of the rings.
Okay, we'll just have to start watching. There's a couple prints starting to form there by the hog line. Okay. Just clean those up afterwards. I went over it. It's a little soft roll. Okay.
What kind of weight, Dan?
10.
So on this quick ice, we've seen the tendency to overthrow a couple of these shots. We'll see if Daniel can find that 10-second weight. Looks like a nice throw here.
Close.
He's definitely brought the weight down from a couple of other 10-second attempts.
Hard.
Jake
Hard, Jake.
doing his
Hard,
best
Jake.
here
Hard.
to keep that rock a little straighter.
Makes the hit now. How far is it going to roll? Jeff Sharp on it right at the tee line. Try to get it out of the rings. And did get it out the back of the 12 foot.
That one's
So
out.
So a couple of half shots
and
here
Jeff's
late
sure
in
that
the
that
end.
one at the top is out.
That
So
or is peeling stupid to get the
yeah,
point.
the two teams kind of handing opportunities back and forth here.
We're pretty much being forced if we make this draw.
No, well, this is 2. Right here, 2. Just don't overthink it. Just make the shot.
Sure. Okay. The intern's gonna curl.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's close, so.
Well,
remember, yeah, that
I
might
agree
not
with
be
Carl.
enough.
I don't know what else you'd be thinking about here. You've got 2 stones left
Maybe
to
a
their
little more.
1. You bury this one, you're getting a deuce. Why? Where's the force coming in?
so top.
All right, Carl, you know the way you're back.
Well, the force is, of course, if you're back deep on the back 4 foot tee line, Daniel decides to freeze on top.
Oh.
But we've seen the power of a rock coming in behind the corner in that full 8 foot, and that is, Carl says that's 2 points if we can do that.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to live your life afraid to miss an open draw, then you're not going to win a lot of games.
No.
6. That's too much, Stan.
7. 8.
So 8 is not what they want to hear. That means you're in behind the tee line.
You don't want to hear your sweepers sounding like they're at an auction.
It's really trying.
It's okay, just let it be. Let it be yet. Let it be.
Really
All by itself. Never touch it. No, it'll be buried enough. We don't want to be deep.
That's good, Carl.
Well, they're happy they made a wrong sweep call.
Yeah, I heard 6, 7, and 8, and it stopped for 5.
It was right where Carl had his broom. Even if they try to tick it out, the little catcher's there at the back.
Just under half, eh?
It's up to you. I don't mind coming around. Like a third. Yeah, I think this is.
You see around a third, Dan.
You got a third of it? You like throwing a hack waiter? I just don't want to ever jam it. Yeah, that's
right?
true. Yeah. Like the jam's at a third.
It's a very high guard here. It's a very high guard. Yeah. Like if we can get to 3/4, you think we're fine.
Okay.
But
if you want to. That gives them the shot at the blank. I mean, yeah. Just what do you want to do? It's what you like throwing.
Like we could be right back here even.
Whatever you'd rather throw. Both are fine.
Okay. I like the draw.
Okay.
Yeah. I think just edge. Hey, that's close. I think this side swings just a little more too. Jake's were both going hard. All right. I like edge. Yeah. Okay.
Well, you heard the discussion. I don't think there's any place you can put this draw that you're not going to have a chance if you're Carl DeConnick-Smith to get 2. So really what it comes down for Daniel Selke is you have to think he doesn't love the looks of that hit. Even after they told him he could see a third, again, there is the fear of that jam, and they were talking about they feel like they need to get to 3/4 to be safe. And if you don't like that, then you play this.
Close.
Well, and you put in a good shot here, and you do make Carl throw a tougher shot, and
line's close.
might get a mistake, but this one's got some steam behind it.
Where it looks through.
And it's got a lot of line as well. You need to bury this, and it needs to stop. And it's not going to do either. Carl DeConnick-Smith bringing it back. So now just needs full 12 foot here with his last one. Could pick up the deuce. And always nice to take 2 points going into that break. It makes for a different conversation when you've got that 5-minute wait to come back out.
Yeah. Well, and conversely, when you're the other team, Dartmouth just gave up that 2 points. You're convincing yourself other things about how to play that 6th.
Sometimes you might like to just turn around and start playing right again, though, too, rather than have to think about it.
Exactly.
Think about all the things that the woulda, coulda, shouldas.
4-5. Okay. Line's good.
Gotta go then.
No backing yet.
Gotta go.
Okay, line's good. You're on ours now. You're on ours. Keep going. You can't hurt. You're on
It's
ours.
not taking anything out, that's for sure. They have to keep this brush on it the whole way.
Fully in.
He's going to be fine, but they...
Okay, good brush, guys.
Good thing Jeff swept Daniel's rock as far back as what he did.
Pulls that right into the top of the 8 foot, so does get his 2 points, and he'll take the 2-point lead into the break. And before they get to that break, Kim Hudson has made her way down to ice level, and we'll see if we can get a word with Carl here.
Exactly. Nice shot for 2.
Thanks.
And a good aggressive game so far. Really a great game.
Lots of rocks in play, and a little open the first. We're trying to get our legs under us from the last night.
And it was a long time to sit around after that too, right?
It always is after that. After the lunch, you're all morning and wait till that afternoon draw. So.
Yeah, and that's a good point. We sat around and had a big lunch as well. So how are you finding the ice though so far?
Good. A little more curl today than we had last night. We got caught bad on a little bit of fall on some big weight shots, and just a tiny bit more curl today, which is good, suiting us well today.
All right. Okay, I screwed up yesterday when I mentioned Dean Hickey. So now I have to ask you again. We noticed he even came out though for the discussion. What's he added to the team this year? Some
experience, just having that extra person to kind of chart our rocks and somebody to talk to at the end. It's good. He was with us at first Spiel in Regina in that first Tier 2 slam, and he was invaluable there. So we really like the combination. So he's been good.
Awesome. Good. Thanks. Continued success. Good luck.
Thanks.
Saskatchewan Championship Curling is brought to you by SaskTel, Viterra, Service Equipment, White Ice and East Side Paint and Wallpaper, Asham Curling Supplies, Jiffy Lube, CurlSask, and SaskTel Max.
All right, people, let's get to work. Lights off.
Ma'am, there's someone at the door. Unknown male, might be a salesman.
Take care of it. You, drop the temperature. I'm roasting.
Ma'am, your straightening iron. Shall I pull the plug?
Yes. While you're at it, leave room for milk.
The crown jewel has been stolen. For almost 40 years, it has been kept far from its home. Saskatchewan. The time has come. So don your green and will your team back to glory. This Tim Hortons Briar. Be there for history in the making.
When you need to hurry, you can count on Team Jiffy Lube. With fast, warranty-approved service while you wait. Jiffy Lube, your oil change experts.
Get on your game with Asham Curling Supplies. Customize your slide with the all-new Express Ultralight and Club Shoe, featuring the style, comfort, and performance you expect from Asham. Sweep the competition with our Pro Grip gloves and ultralight carbon fiber, composite, and fiberglass handles, plus World Curling Federation approved pads.
Hey folks, I'm Arnold Asheman. For 39 years, our product has been satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies, online, in-store, and at your club.
As Canada's grain industry leader, Viterra and its employees are connected to their communities across Western Canada. Through its community investment program, Viterra supports a wide variety of causes and initiatives, including those focused on sports and recreation that encourage teamwork, integrity, and high performance. These same values guide Viterra's employees when providing farm customers with trusted advice and quality service. Viterra is a proud sponsor of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
Awesome.
Not be better.
Could be better.
Want to try it and have some fun? Hurry hard to your local curling center or visit CurlSask.ca to find a curling center near you.
Introducing the all-new heated cab for the John Deere 1R tractor. Simply captivating.
Welcome back, everyone. We've got another update for you. Susan, Kim?
Well, as we can see, it's a blank in the fifth, so I can't tell you how that happened. And we're well underway here in the sixth, and Jeff may have a deuce going, but we're just only on Skip's rocks.
And it was a handshake with another 5-ender, so make that final score on sheet 2, 12-2 for Dees over Shutra.
With that terrific first draw that Carl had around the corner guard going to the top 8 foot, and Daniel sliding deep on his draw, Carl drew for the 2 points and a 4-2 lead in the sixth.
Well, on this sheet, it's a tie game 3-3, and we've got final skip rocks left to come, but it is in a timeout right now. Lots of rocks in play. I think that Bryden's sitting 1, but I can't really tell from here. But it's a little bit crowded there in the 4-foot in the center line on sheet 4.
See by that time clock that the Stewart team is going to be a little tight for time. So the first stone here was brought into the top of the 4-foot. Or top 8 foot, I guess. Now the corner guard being asked for from Jake Ripplinger.
Good throw. It's a little deep, Good toss, buddy.
Now Mark Larson is asked to throw a center guard on top of that shot rock, and I don't think they'd feel real bad if this slid into the rings either.
Yeah, they certainly want this tight, I'm sure.
I don't think he's that much less.
Yeah, he's definitely less. I don't think I'm more.
Line's real good. Just got to be real tight. Got to be real tight. Brady.
I don't want to go yet. Yeah, wait's okay.
No.
I don't want to go quite yet.
There.
We're just to be right here.
Oh, we're for it.
We're right there. No
Okay.
line.
Okay, then that's
line
good.
yet.
Then that's good then. We don't have
Just sit.
hard. Real good.
Beauty.
Nice shot, Marco.
That's a nice shot.
Takes his time.
Leaves just a little piece sitting out, but it's on the side away from the corner guard.
Touch more, I think. Good line.
Daniel Selke now asking Jake to make the corner guard on the other side.
Even. We're 2.
Up once, guys. Heads up.
I get it even with that other one. Well, might have got a little aggressive with that one.
Probably okay.
Nice shot. It's fine, Jake.
Just roll in here, Brady.
Okay,
Control.
Like?
Control.
Get.
Brady Sharback looking to accomplish a couple of things here. Of course, they want to eliminate corner guards, but they'd love to get another one into the rings as well.
Yep.
Can do it both with this one.
Roll it. Go.
Makes the hit.
Great
Just
shot.
shooter cross. Doesn't make the rings, but it does provide a little bit of extra protection for that shot stone.
It's close to making the rings.
Yeah. I like that. Double those out. Okay. Yeah, I like that. 10 is fine. 10 is good. Okay. Oh, this is my 3.
Looking for the double and the corner guard here, and interesting enough, Drew Springer changes stones when they decide which one they're going to play, so he must have 2 stones that they think do different things. So.
Yeah.
wait.
Close. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close. Yep. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. 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 Come on.
Makes the hit, catches the second one, but very thick. He'll spin it out of that center line area, and it is behind the tee line in the back 8.
About a quarter.
Shooter stays in play, but almost off to the
Big
side.
slide too. It will go up that way, but big there.
Good turn.
Peel.
Brady Sharbuck now a chance to peel that
In turn, yeah.
lone corner guard. Pretty much going to have to come into his own on the center.
Big, big.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Right up.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Off.
Good.
Good shot.
I actually really like that.
That worked out really well for them. Not only did he make the hit and had to come into his own stone, but came into it at an angle so that he actually spun up and now splits the center line. That guard was a little off center before.
Yeah, got it. Is this your 8 rock? Yeah. Yeah.
Well, just saw Daniel open up that ice about 4 inches or so, thinking that this rock curls even more. And that's the number 8 rock, so that's a skip rock that they've moved down to the second position.
Pretty nice. Top 8. We're there. Line's pretty good. I think we're going to over curl here. Yep, yep. Hard. Hard. Just line. Whoa. Hard.
Boy, this
Keep
is
going,
really
keep
curling.
Keep going, keep going.
Not
Just
going to get by the red stone out front.
Okay. All right. Shoot.
Right there.
Yeah, the Selke team's had some opportunities this afternoon, but they just haven't been able to jump on them. Carl's team is playing solid, but they've had a couple of half shots and, you know, enough of an opening, but you do have to jump on those chances when you get them. You don't get that many.
Well, you know, it makes you wonder what they were worried about with that particular rock, too, when they switched it out, because they didn't sweep it early, and it ends up over curling and short. So.
We're back. We're behind feet.
Really?
Where do you want it? We're behind.
Nope.
No, let dig.
Nope, we're behind feet for sure.
I know. I
Let
see
dig.
that. I just make sure there's 2 rocks. Yeah, just leave room for 2 rocks. All you can do. Okay, good.
Not a bad throw, Jeff. Okay, Garrett. I think you just come
Jeff
here.
Sharp comes a little deep with his, but it does sit for shot rock right now, and certainly cuts down the amount of rings there are for the Selke team to score in. Garrett Springer going to try to come around to the top 4 foot for now. And this is tricky. I mean, you're trying not to come behind the tee line, but at the same time, you have to come deep enough in the 4 foot to give yourself room to come down to it and sit the second point.
All you got.
Brushes were on this one right away.
So just struggling with
keep
their
going, keep going, keep going, keep
draw
going.
weight now.
Bounce it off this at all if you can. Bounce it off
Last
if you
night's
can.
game against Adam Casey, they were making these
All right.
shots and making them end after end. So don't know if it's a little change of ice or if they just had a great game last night.
Top 12?
Yeah.
Certainly Drew was closer on
Same kind of
his.
throw
I
here,
mean,
boys.
they did,
Just a little less
again,
weight.
they
We've
switched
got
that
more
rock
ice
out
too, eh?
and didn't sweep it most of the way, and it ends up short and over curling. That one was dead light out of his hand. There's no question about that one.
Love the weight.
Definitely less.
5.
Yep.
4.
Yep.
Hard line.
Yep.
Garrett will get another chance to play some kind of draw on his last one, but depends how well Jeff Sharp
can you
makes
guys
this
go
one.
right here? Is
What
that
he's going to
fine?
have left to look at.
Wait, can get her there.
Can you bite 4 foot?
Yep. Nope. Yep.
Yeah, bite 4 foot then.
Yep.
Come on.
Oh, he's got a really
Hey, good,
nice
good,
one
good, good.
looking
Oh,
like
perfect.
coming in here.
Good. Nice.
Comes in full 4 foot
Okay,
behind the
big
guards. In
mark,
fact,
mark.
over-buried the
Grab 2 of
the
those.
widest guard. He might just have to
Grab the
play
top
some
2
kind
yellows.
of peel here. Try to make sure you have a chance to score at all.
You don't do anything good? Not really.
Just to rip them.
Okay.
Yeah, this is bail as fast as you can on this
Yeah.
one, as you say. Just you've got to keep yourself in the game. You will with 1 point.
Well, and and the problem here for Daniel Selke,
Whoa.
Garrett Springer, no matter how you hit this, it's pretty hard to get the guard off the center line. It's probably going to jam into the other red one. Well, he manages to get them all moving. And as the bonus, spins the one yellow into the top of the 12-foot. That's a great result.
Well, and we know how curly this turn is. That it's hard to protect this rock without bringing this red one in very close. And guards are hard to throw on, you know, that swingy ice. It doesn't take much for the last 2 feet just over curl.
So top, bite, just a tight 3, right? Yeah. Maybe a little more, Jeff.
Well, I don't think it matters how well you make this guard. Daniel Selke probably tries the out-turn draw.
Just a tight 3,
maybe to the back of the button, just sit
right
in front of that other red stone and hope you can still get your 2. Even just full button, he might be able to get enough underneath. Well, he needs a sliver underneath that one at the top. First things first, Carl DeConnick-Smith needs to make the guard.
Line. 4, 5 even. Coming down a bit. Coming down.
That sounds like top 12 foot.
Well, that might be a little too deep.
We might want to go in
an
then.
Opportunity to hit something.
Let's get it in. We are in. Okay, make sure you're fully in. Hard. Hard. You gotta be all the way in. Beat the yellow. Beat the yellow. Hard, 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 hard. Go for line. Go for line. Hard, hard, hard. That's good.
Well, he got tight to the rings, but left much of that shot stone exposed. The question is,
I mean, I like eliminating too, but
can you get the double? That's the question.
What would you hit?
7 across the top and 5.
Well, he's looking at playing the run-in to do the double. I was wondering if you could get enough
with what you
the
can
nose
see.
with what you could see.
He probably doesn't throw that back. He probably goes here and then. Maybe that's true.
So if you're trying to score 2, I think you either have to play that double, or you could make it as a tap, or draw around that stone at the top of the 4-foot.
Timeout here. Timeout.
They're going to call timeout.
But that's twice now on Carl's first shot that they've called out completely different weight than sort of. That one wasn't bad, but I mean they were calling 5, which is like talking 8 foot. So you know that's twice.
Shot unless we roll here. In which case they flop back.
But Carl's rock has stopped sooner than what they thought it was going to.
Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet.
It's either that or go for right here.
Have we seen a shot of the time clocks for this team?
We're not going to be shot with that
for
though,
this
right? So
this game by any chance? I'm thinking they're getting down to some
but it opens up
interesting
a
time
couple of
crunches,
lengthy
right?
conversations.
For one, if we go here, what do they do?
Garrett Springer's looking at the draw, and that's
even if
maybe your best chance to get 2.
Edge to edge with this right here.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be able to hit it because of jam on the back one.
Oh, it's not even. They hit and flop. I think we got to deal with this stone. Let's get that back here. Yeah, let's throw back
I just
forward.
think it's going to be really hard to get a 2 out of tapping that.
Honestly, I think a 2's hard to come by right now.
Yeah, but I think like it's at least a possibility if you go here. Then you're counting on a miss. But if you go here, he can do anything, and we're still only shooting for 1.
Yeah. What do you guys like? Do you guys want to just throw this now, or do you guys want to?
So you're saying if we do this, we're basically
we're just trying for an easier one.
I think so. Yeah, it's going to make an easier one for sure.
Here's a chance for a 2 if they get a miss.
I'm still not convinced.
Like I mean, you could even weld here and hope he doesn't make the freeze, or you go wide open here and hope it jams.
You could even throw some weight at something and.
I'm not convinced you can't throw the tap, get close to the nose on that red, and move both of the reds out of the 4-foot.
Well, and then if sitting there, you know, even with those 2 ones that are back there already, that's a tough removal there for Carl. He's just got to pick it out.
That's right.
So I like thinking that, you know, that back 4-foot weight, tap that rock back a little bit, keep your shooter.
Now, there's nothing wrong with this draw either, but
you don't want to tap off it.
Yeah,
it's
a tough
it's got to
shot,
be perfect.
and if you don't make it perfect here, you might not have a shot to score.
That's right.
Whereas with any kind of a tap, you know, everything behind the tee line, you're going to have full front 4 to draw to.
And you're the front rock.
Line's pretty good. Might need to go a bit for line. Line's good. Think you gotta go a little bit. Yep. Yeah, gotta go line.
Rushers were on this early.
Down.
And not a lot of rotation on this stone. You can see where that arena ice experience is lacking here a little bit.
Yeah.
It's going to come up well short, and now the problem is with a good shot here.
How do you even get your one?
Yeah, how do you score?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, right
anywhere
here.
in this line, you got to take the draw away. You can't be there because then he's got the draw. You want to be right there, just take the draw away, right?
Yeah, you're right.
I would say the same thing that you just threw then.
Boy, look at the ice that he's taken to make this draw.
Is it going to curl this much? This turn?
Well, it doesn't have to.
Yeah, because I want to be quite a bit
to
out
the center
to
line.
Yeah,
gosh,
the line
no.
he's looking
No,
for
no.
is basically, you know, if you were on the T line, you'd be just full 4, basically.
Maybe a
That's
little
the
left,
line
yeah.
he's
Yeah,
looking for.
I
So
agree.
I think you're right.
Let me know if it's out there and I'll pound it from the inside, right? We can afford to leave this out, eh?
Yeah, because you're trying to take the draw path, right?
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
mean, he's going to have a run for one, but
I've seen if it hangs, let me know.
so same weight you're happy with?
Yeah, same way. Same way.
Yeah, I'm not seeing the run for one that he's going to have either.
Well, I guess that
The little yellow top
way one
corner
off
of
to
the
the
12.
side, yeah.
Well, then you're going to have to run the double because it's not going to beat the one at the
It's
back.
not going
and
to
you
be
just
shot.
suffer.
Yeah.
Go there.
The line's good.
Go ahead then.
2,
Line's really good.
2, 3,
Line's good for 3. Line's good for 3.
3. Just 3.
Yeah, line's good. Okay, just clean now.
They were looking to get this
guys,
into the
that's
12,
good. That
maybe the 8
should take
foot.
Easy
That's
now.
going
We're
to
good now. We're
Whoa.
good.
over
We're
curl
good.
with
We're
as
good.
high as it is.
Whoa,
There's
whoa,
definitely
fine.
still going to be a draw available.
Yeah? Yeah, just touch button.
Yeah, they just
Gets
have
that-
to get a little more
yeah.
than full 4.
Gets that line and puts it at the
Got it.
full 8 foot, and there's not a shot here to score.
Yeah.
And I don't see the angle run that would have scored either. There's no double there.
Has a hair more, eh? Yep. Close.
Unless he played the run straight back on the yellow in the 12 foot and comes off that red in the 8 foot and in. You'd have to play it like a call it a run in off if we could. I wouldn't want to throw it. Daniel Selke perhaps feeling fortunate that he's got this chance to draw for a single point here.
Well, you added quite a bit here.
Yeah, you're right. Got to be T. I gave you guys a little bit at the end there. Line fine. Only, hey?
We're up.
This is really running. It hasn't started to curl
Line's
yet.
fine.
You know the weight will come off when it starts to curl, but it's not doing that.
But it's got to curl.
It's got to curl, it's got to stop, it's got to do something, and it's not going to do any of those things. It slides through to the back 12, and it's going to be a steal of 3 for Carl DeConnick-Smith. He will take a 7-2 advantage into the 7th end.
Take your Share More plan with you and enjoy worry-free data in the U.S. The all-new Share More Canada and U.S. plan, now available from SaskTel. The crown jewel has been stolen. For almost 40 years, it has been kept far from its home. Saskatchewan. The time has come. So don your green and will your team back to glory. This Tim Hortons Briar. Be there for history in the making.
Welcome back, everyone. We'll once again quickly update you on all these scores, all games here this afternoon from the B event.
Turned out Jeff Hartung needed to face 2 Josh Heightstones, both in the 12-foot. Jeff made the draw for 1. They are down 4-1, playing most of the way through the 7th end here.
Over on sheet 2, final score 12-2, Deese over Shutra.
Well, we just saw Daniel's attempt to draw the butt and go deep, giving up that steal of 3, and now a very commanding 7-2 lead for Carl DeConnick-Smith.
And with a great run back by Randy Bryden and rocks flying everywhere, they got 4. So score there 7-3, Bryden over Stewart.
It was an amazing Randy Bryden shot. He took a corner guard, a Stewart corner guard, ran it into the pile where everybody sort of had alternate shot. Like Randy was about first, third, and fifth. Stewart was about second, fourth, and sixth. And when the rocks all stopped moving, Randy picked up 4.
I'm so surprised to hear you describe it that way. I thought you'd say it was a routine Randy Bryden shot.
Yeah. Well, we have seen Randy make an awful lot of those. It was just a tremendous shot.
Yeah.
Carl DeConnick-Smith with the 5-point lead now.
Through it top 4.
Calls for the top 4 stone, and now Jake Ripplinger trying to play the corner guard.
3. Like a 4.
Nothing out of the brushers, and perhaps a little concerned that this might slide into the rings.
Yeah, I'm hearing 4-5.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, boys.
Boy, and it's tough enough to try to come back. But under the 4 rock free guard zone, which we're still playing for the balance of this season, you only really get 1 free guard as the team with last rock, and if you slide that into the rings.
Yeah. Not so good.
You know, as much as the situation is not great for Daniel Selke, 7-2, you've got last rock here, 4 ins to play. If you get 2, you still only have to steal singles at a time from here on in to win the game. And yes, that's a daunting task to have to steal that many singles in a row, but there's a lot of different ways you can steal a single point in an end, and so the strategy's not that complicated. Now that you can't get your deuce in this end, and it certainly doesn't look good, that changes the math. Now you're going to have to play something outside of
just the way you throw it.
the simple, normal strategies to generate either a 3rd point with the hammer, or you're going to have to steal a deuce somewhere along the way.
Made no mistake on that one.
Carl DeConnick-Smith, on the other hand, is probably thinking, geez, if I knew they were going to throw that into the rings, I would have thrown the first one through.
Exactly.
Yep, hard. Real hard. Right up. Okay, great. All right.
Well,
there's your mistake.
There's the mistake handed back.
Corner. Oh, sorry. Got it.
Good touch more. Yeah.
So Daniel Selke now a chance to throw the corner guard on the other side. He'll use that red one that was just left there for him eventually, but you don't want to come in this early. In the back of your mind, you're still thinking it'd be nice to score 3, and you need 2 corner guards for that.
Looks close. Yeah, it looks good. Oh, it's to your broom. Nice shot, Drew.
Good, Drew.
Nice weight.
No double peel available here, so Brady Sharback will just try to remove the stone that was just delivered.
Clean. Just clean. Just clean. Great throw. Great throw, Brady.
Makes the hit. His shooter rolls across, doesn't touch that stone at the top 4 foot, so it is still Carl DeConnick-Smith sitting 1. I expect Daniel Selke probably will throw 1 more corner guard.
You know, just an interesting comment from the last couple draws and this one as well. And I'm not saying that this team can't come back and we can have a close game, but there's been a lot of lopsided games, or clearly.
Well, and most of the ones that have been there, it's been because of
lots of room here. Lots of room.
Big stolen ends, not a steal of 1. There's been a lot of big steals.
Yeah, 3, 4, and 5.
But, you know, that can happen when you're willing to play a little bit aggressively, you're willing to ignore some rocks in the rings. If you don't make that last stone, it ends up as a crooked number on the board, and those ones get you in trouble. Jeff Sharp with the chance to peel the corner guard now.
Clean.
But I think too with the Selkie team, say younger developing team here, you have to take away the fact that a lot of basic shots weren't made in today's game so far. That those are the things that you take back as you need to go improve your team for the next year, is making sure that those guards are placed up front when they need to be at the start of an end, that the hit and stays are there, that 11-second wait for the hit and roll is far more consistent. So a lot of good things happening out here with the Selkie team, but when you're playing a strong team like Charles DeConnick-Smith or Carl, it shows up your mistakes and you can learn from that.
Yep.
And you might even be able to turn it around and learn enough to run the table and win the vent.
Well, there we go.
Well, this is a nice call here. This is one that I was wondering with a young team. You see this mistake made so often. They're so worried about trying to get 3 now.
Keep going. Keep going. Go, go, go,
They're
go,
having
go.
all kinds of trouble with execution. Great job by the Brushers to get that by.
Good sweeping, boys. Really good sweep.
Guys, to start thinking about 3, and so often you'll see them forget that, really, you've got to come in on the third's first stone. It doesn't matter what you've got for guards.
I was wondering where you were going with that. You were about to say as opposed to throwing one more corner guard.
I've seen too many of them throw one more corner guard, and they're not doing the math and realizing you're never going to get the chance to use that. If he really wants to go aggressively for 3, that stone at the top of the forefoot could always be used as a second guard. After they peel the guard here, he could come around that.
Gotta go.
All the way out. Keep going, Carl.
Well, a little thick on the peel attempt, but it does roll all the way across so that it's not covering any portion of the rings.
I think we wait one more
those
shot.
Skips have a hard time sweeping those from one side to the other.
One more guard.
Oh, I like hitting.
I don't like this call.
This is fine.
This goes
Let's
counter
roll
to
out
what
here.
we were just talking about.
Okay. Roll outside. Control 10.
Chances of the double, but
That's okay. Better that than over curling a guard or something silly.
yeah.
Well, I think with the scoreboard here that you'd be looking to work with that red rock.
Yeah, it'd be real tempting, wouldn't it, just to come around to the back 8-foot. They're going to have to hit the open stone. You come around again, and you might have a chance at 3.
Yep. Hard. Roll it out. Roll it out. Yeah. Thanks.
This isn't. It's not wrong because you're going to have a chance for your deuce here.
Yeah, I guess they were thinking of the sure too, although it's not necessarily a sure thing.
Yeah, well, you have to execute your shots, but I mean, Carl's going to try to roll to the middle. You're going to try to roll back. If you execute that, you're going to have a shot for your deuce.
2.
And then it is within, like we said, the routine strategy. Yes, it's a lot of work to steal 3 points in a row, but you're only trying to steal 1 at a time, and that's a steal of 1 is not the worst thing in the world. It's when you have to start trying to steal multiple points, or when you need to score 3 with last rock. Those are tough to game plan for, because no matter how well you execute, you still need some misses. You can actually argue that in a perfectly executed end, you could steal 1 or score 2 without getting a miss from the opposition. You just perfectly execute your shots.
For sure.
Good throw, Carl. Just too much ice.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't have to be covered at all.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think just
be
T-line's
right here.
great.
Well, draw weight's been a bit of a challenge here the last couple of ends for Daniel, so we'll see if he can make the adjustment here. Pull a few feet of weight off.
So I'll just come around.
Draw to that wing there.
Okay.
Right on the
You
T-line.
don't even really need to come close to the guard as long as
We don't. No, we really don't. Just right on the T line. Just great. Okay. Just in front of the T.
in front of the tee.
Yeah. Just in with the other one.
Yeah.
Yep. You got her. Just top 4 guys, right here.
Wait, it's close.
We got room. We got lots of room here. Lots of room here. Line's fine. It'll curl. Maybe back 4. Don't take it back.
Back 4 is deeper than they
bring
want to
it,
go. That will leave some kind of a double available.
Well, you might as well go back 8, back 12.
It's more the back 4 anyway. I don't know if it's... Yeah, it'll stop full back 8. It's a steep double.
I sure got that back ball.
But the hit and roll is just about as effective here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think 10 right there.
Mine curled out there. Mine's farther
Yeah,
out.
mine won't curl though, like yours.
Okay.
So remember, I'm an inch wide of the broom probably.
Trying to hit roll, not double.
Yeah, roll. And if it happens to hang, I'll call it double.
Yeah.
So I'll line it up just in case.
What's he throwing? 10?
Mine
10, yeah.
shouldn't curl like Jeff's.
Oh, I'm fine. We're spacing here.
Really that sounds good as the third to have your plan B ready in place.
It's going to be awful close.
Wait to see what kind of a throw the skipper gives you here and make your decision whether to go for the roll or see if you can hold the sweep for the skinny double.
9-5. 9-5.
Whoa. Play a double now. It's got to curl for the double. Close. Yep.
Whoa, whoa.
Yep. Whoa, whoa.
Yep.
Whoa. Yep.
Sounds close.
Off and ons usually mean you're close,
Yeah.
and he puts it right into that second stone.
Yeah. Good call.
Now that little biter at the top, enough to force Daniel Selke to have to take the single here, and that means he's going to need to steal multiples somewhere along the line.
But too, one of those, you know, you make those shots when you're up 7-2, you know, you're relaxed, and you know all the times that you need that shot in a tight game and it's not quite there, but again made the Selke team pay for a mistake.
He just wants me to All right, here we go. Looks good.
Just tee.
Needs a bit. Oh, it's pretty good.
To the tee. Line's nice. Line's nice.
Brushers had picked it up
Looks
early,
like
but
it's here. Line's good, guys. Line's all
backing
good.
off and on with the clean right now. It's usually a pretty good sign as to the weight. It's curling in nicely.
Sit.
Nice shot.
And we'll bring that stone into the back corner of the button. Does pick up his single point. However, it will be Carl DeConnick-Smith with a 7-3 lead when we come back.
White Ice, the ice paint people, set out to develop a very specific ice paint product that would satisfy the needs of the professional ice maker in both hockey and curling. White Ice was successfully formulated and tested, and distribution began in 1988 and has since expanded their line of products and services to meet the needs of today's professional ice makers. White Ice is distributed by Eastside Paint and Wallpaper in Saskatoon, who is also a signature Benjamin Moore paint dealer. White Ice and Eastside Paint and Wallpaper, defining the game.
Winter's just around the corner, so drop into Jiffy Lube for your winter oil change. No appointment necessary. Jiffy Lube. Be wise, winterize.
Welcome back, everyone. Once again, we'll update all the scores here in this afternoon's draw. Susan?
The Jeff Hartung team being down 4-1, playing the 7th, went very hard for their steal, and it looked like they had something nice set up. Jeff Hartung already had shot rock and was trying to freeze to the shot rock. The way it worked out, it just bounced just a little bit. It left Cody Hartung a really, really hard, skinny double, but Cody threw the rock. It hit the 10% of the rock he needed to hit, cleared out the 2 red Hartung stones and 3 other yellow rocks in the rings, counted for big 3 points and a 7-1 lead.
And this game that's been over for a while, final score 12-2, Dees over Shutra.
Looking like they might have had a nice chance for 2 here in the 7th. It didn't work out after that nice DeConnick-Smith double. Drew for the 1 point, and we have a 7-3 lead for the team from Rosetown.
And over on sheet 4, a couple ends to just update you. They exchanged singles in 7 and 8, so the score now 8-4. Bryden over Stewart playing the 9th end.
And the center guard thrown up, the high center guard thrown up
Board, bumper.
Our feature sheet, and Mark Larson
No.
trying the tick shot here.
Yep,
You
yep.
get to see this very often.
Hard!
And you know, I like that high center
Hard!
guard call.
Gotta go! Gotta go!
You know, they obviously were anticipating the split because that high guard is tougher to split. Most teams are going to throw backline weight at that, and that's the issue. It's hard when you've got still another 30 feet of weight on your rock and make contact to stop it within 7 feet, and it rolls to the boards.
Yep, now they go for the tight one around.
It's also an interesting challenge to put the broom down for that hard guard tick too, because so much of your curl happens from the hog line in that you actually have to give yourself a little less ice than what you think, because it's only just starting to curl.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
It's a 3. Just line. Line's okay. Line's good. Still a 3. 2. 3's fine.
I'd like to get this stone tight to the rings and dead in line with the long one. We're still just on the, it'll just be the 4th stone in the end, so they can't double peel it yet, but you want to put this in a spot where they can't make the easy double peel later.
Well, I don't think we need to come around anything.
You know, it's a good guard, but they would have liked to have that a lot tighter.
On the top one or the tight
one? Well, top one, yeah.
Okay. The top one's kind of useless though.
Yeah, it'd be
throw the
tempting
same
if
weight?
you could make the shot on the tight one to
So
get
the
it.
same weight, yeah.
So just heavy hack?
Yep.
You got this, bud. Simple.
I'm surprised to hear them calling it with that much weight. That's, you know, the teams that make this shot a high percentage of the time throw less weight at it. It's really tough to stop the rock that quick, and I think they've already switched which one they're going after.
Real hard, boys. You got it. Hard, you got it. Hard. Roll a shooter. Shooter, shooter, shooter.
Gets the tight one. Daniel Selke made a quick decision. Didn't look like it was going to go through, and was hoping it would stay for a bite, and the 12-foot kind of gets caught in between.
Well, that's just a perfect tick there, where you don't even leave that little hanger on that sometimes causes trouble.
Where do you want this one down? 3? 3, yeah, 3. Okay.
Does give you the chance to try to get that tighter center guard. The long one will protect this one. That long guard by itself really doesn't do you much good. It's there to protect the tighter guard.
Yeah, exactly. It doesn't do anything for the house.
Still 3, 4, 4. They run over curl here. It's over curling.
And over curling is not what you want to hear. You
you
come out in the open, and they'll ignore the long one and just play this tight one.
You mean the one in the rings?
Yeah, that slid quite a bit farther than they would have liked. Still, even if that stops 2 feet higher, it would have been out in the open, and you'd see Brady Sharback still making a play on it.
Just clean.
Clean.
Off.
Good.
Clean.
Shot.
Makes the hit, rolls the shooter out of play. Still for Daniel Selke, he's got time. There's no rush. You play this stone, try to get tight around the guard. If they have to peel the long one, you may still guard this for a couple more before you try to come in. The key is do not leave him a chance to make the double peel.
Yeah, that's a straight turn too.
3, just 3. What do you think for weight? Take a look.
Weight's good.
Okay, line should be close here. Just tight. Just tight. Line's really good. You gotta go, Jake. Yeah, gotta be tight here. Yep. Yep. Okay, line's good. Yep. Yep. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. That's good. That's good. Nice throw. Nice throw, Drew.
Good, Drew.
That's a very nice location on that one.
What's the call here?
Just one.
Has to be a little careful when he runs this back, that stone that's just off the edge of the 12-foot.
I got this one.
You'd have to be pretty unlucky. Not saying it's not possible.
How do you do that?
That I don't know.
How do you bank it and not touch it?
Did I just go around it?
Yeah.
Just bounce out, yeah.
You and Brady can't figure out how that happened.
Top 8.
I don't think we do.
We can throw one more. A little more?
Yeah, more. Okay.
Can I have edge at 12? You want edge? Yeah.
Daniel wanted to go in. It was the other three that want one more. I like this call. I think you might be a little too early to go in.
I like the call. It's just a hard throw, a foot over the hog line when it's running that fast. But
pretty close.
And the other consideration there is this is your third throwing, and how often they throw a high guard.
Yeah, hard then.
It's usually the lead that.
Yeah, exactly.
We want it in. Hard. It's not in. All then we're right beside it, or what? Just leave it. Leave it high. Leave it high.
Yeah,
okay.
Not there.
That's not where you wanted it.
All right.
About a third.
Carl looking at driving this over the top to get the double peel that way.
Yeah, gotta go.
Jeff Sharp with the big weight, but they called the sweep on right away.
Hard. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Just tight. Right.
Well, jammed a little bit. Shooter stays. It is off the center line though.
Here?
Changes things up a little bit. It's not
Yeah,
terrible.
we may as well go 4 foot if we're going around it. I don't think we can come around it yet. I think we got to bring something a little tighter.
I don't mind Daniel's idea here.
Just such a high guard. Yeah.
He used this guard to protect the one you're about to throw.
Line's nice here. 4, 5.
Get it about halfway around that stone. You bring
3, 4.
Bring the covered
3, 4.
area a little
Tight
closer
3.
to the center line.
Tight 3. We got lots of room here. I think Jake could go. Jake could go. Only if you have to. Just want it tight. It's a 3. Yep. Yep. Keep it going. Hard. All right.
That's good.
Didn't get the line they were looking for. That stays out in the open.
Hit it fairly thick.
Yeah.
So just a straight out peel, hitting it thick to avoid that jam in the back. But
no.
Clean.
Clean.
Well,
No. Whoa,
maybe let it curl.
whoa, just like it to curl a little bit.
I don't know over the top. We're good. We're good.
Good shot. Perfect.
Do you want, I think the same deal.
Do you want to just bite here?
I think we want to bite for sure. Okay. And then they peel, then we come around and lie too. Yep.
Tight one again. So, Danny, where are we going with this?
I think the thought process there is good. You're not going to have a great steal situation. You're not going to have anything in the button area, so you want to sit 2.
yeah, I like it too.
You draw right
So
around
just
that
tight.
full 4, and he's either got a double for the bank, or he's got to outdraw that one, right? So. Oops. I think we need just a hair more. Yeah.
Well, it's one of the round. He does, he doesn't have to be necessarily completely buried on this. I'm glad he took that little bit extra, because even if he's just poking out that little bit and Carl decides to go after it, he might get the guard instead and still accomplish what he needed to do.
Yeah, got to go for a line. Yeah. Line's great.
And then you've got a little bit more of that center line covered.
Yeah, guys, hard. Just bite the 12. Hard, guys. Go. Hard. Finish it. Finish it. Hard. Great sweep. Good sweep. Nice shot.
Oh, got the bite and mostly buried. Probably about 90, 2/3 anyways.
Could do it though.
You can see enough to hit it. There is, you saw them already looking at that stone just off the rings on the side. There's that risk always.
Right there with that.
And the quieter you have to throw it, the bigger that risk is. If you can throw it with peel, the chances of jamming it on that stone and staying there aren't good.
Exactly.
But you really can't see enough to throw that weight.
Yeah.
Is that enough?
That's enough. Yeah.
Enough
Yeah,
weight?
this will run straight here. It's almost too much.
But again, when you're up 7-3, I think I liked his first call better, getting rid of his own red guard up there.
Yeah, I don't mind it. You could certainly play it with weight, try to get them both.
Yeah, just
there is some angle there, so you'd still be hitting it on the outside. Your shooter's going to roll away.
Then you'd be taking away the risk of the little jam on the hanger on there.
Hard! Hard, guys! Still got it! Hard! Hard! Hard!
I hate that, though.
Feather tick is the worst possible outcome.
Chance here. Do you want to tap that up or just go straight come around?
I think you still got to go
Straight
around.
come around. Yeah, tap it up, and you're only sitting 1.
6 inches more, not even. Like 3 inches more than what we just had on that one. Okay. Show them about a quarter. Hey. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, so keep that staggered thought going there. But you know, with Daniel's first one there, you know, he did open up a lot more of that 4-foot area for him to be buried in.
4 more feet. Yeah. 5 more feet.
Certainly expecting that Carl DeConnick-Smith will still draw with his last one. So you heard him say, show him about a quarter. And that, by doing that, if he's right dead in front of the tee line, showing him about a quarter, he'll have a little bite of the button, I think. That's probably the best you can do. That'll make Carl's draw as difficult as possible. Show him much more than that, and he'll play to tap it through.
It's close. It's close. About the same. Just wait. Just for wait. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Line's pretty good. Line's good. Line's good. Keep your head up. Close. Yep. Line's real good. Good. Just real good. Hard, guys. Go. Right to tee. Right to tee. Go, Jake. Hard, Jake.
Really curling as he comes by that stone at the top of the 12-foot.
Hard.
Nice shot, though.
Brings it into the full 4-foot. Might have left him half, but pretty tough to make a play on that stone without risking a rollout.
Yeah, no, not even a decision.
And you can see from that camera angle, he's taken away a piece of the button, so Carl has to go buy the stone that was just delivered.
Turn the button.
Well, regardless how this end turns out for the Selke team, there's a lot they can take away from this. They've actually played a really nice, solid end, took advantage of the miss that the opposition provided them, and something that you build on and say, hey, you know, we can do it. We just have to do it more often.
Line's a little tight.
Carl DeConnick-Smith with his final stone here in the 8th end.
Go if you can.
Needs to draw the button to pick up the single point.
Well, we gotta go for
Daniel
line.
Selke looking to steal, try to keep himself in this game.
Whoa, off. Rub it a bit and we're good.
Just like that.
Makes the line call that needs the little bit of a rub. Does come over to the corner of the button. Carl DeConnick-Smith will pick up the single point, and it is handshakes. Carl picks up the victory. And that actually concludes all of the action here in this Thursday afternoon draw. As well, we were playing that end. We had a couple of other finals on sheet 1. Josh Height forced Jeff Hartung to take the single, but down 7-2, they decided that was enough. So it is the Height foursome moving on in the B event, and Hartung is down now to the C event. Final on sheet 2 has been in the books for a while. It was Ryan Dice with a 12-2 victory over Aaron Shutra. And on sheet 4, Randy Bryden ran the Stewart team out of rocks in the 10th end and picks up the 8-4 victory, or 8-5 victory there, pardon me. Carl DeConnick-Smith making his way down, and Kim is at ice level. We're going to get a word with him in a moment here.
Well, I'm afraid the Cody or the Hartung children have written themselves out of the Hartung will, because they showed no mercy today with Dad as their opposition.
Okay, I've got the happy Carl here again. As opposed to yesterday's Carl, today I've got today's Carl. Great finish, good game. Any comments on the game?
A lot better effort. Still working out a few kinks and getting things worked out, but a lot better effort today.
Yeah. What was the difference between today and yesterday? Ice rocks, you guys?
The coach came out.
A little bit of both. A little bit more curl with the hits today. Just easier to read. It brought the sweepers into play with a little more curl. Yesterday it just seemed like we took the sweepers right out of play. It was all thrower, and sweepers didn't have much of a chance, but along for the ride.
What do you take out of this game going forward now into tomorrow, or what's the game plan?
Well, I think we played some nice aggressive ends, had some good rocks in play. That's a plus. We made good positional shots. A couple ends maybe got a little bit long on the guards, but we're getting closer to where we want to be.
Good, exactly. All right, and Sean said to mention to you that it made a difference when your coach came out during your timeout as opposed to yesterday.
Yeah, it was big. I don't sure if it would have made any difference yesterday.
Yeah, we heard a good comment about yesterday. Anyway, thank you. Continued success. Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, we want to thank everybody for joining us this afternoon. We will be back on the air for the A semifinal action tonight at 7 o'clock. Please join us then.